Hello, hello, hello. I love technology. All I did was reset my PC and suddenly things work. I have not done more than that. I simply reset my PC and lo and behold, everything works. It is magic. It is magic. It is goodness. It is grace. Wow. I didn't know I had this in me. I didn't know I had this computer wizardry inside of me. Hello, everybody. My voice is still a little bit hoarse, as you can hear, because I never let it rest. I just do convention, and more convention, and more convention, and more things. But I'm excited to be here. We have so much to talk about. I have so much to talk about. I have so many stories to tell you. I also want to hear your stories, my sweet, beautiful angels. I want to hear your stories. Balu, I'm so sorry I couldn't stop by your booth. Okay, wait. Before we begin, can I very, 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 very quickly pee? I'm actually kind of devastated I couldn't stop by Balu's booth. There's a few booths I just simply did not have the time to stop by. I did my best. I'm so sad, but if it makes you feel better, so many people came up to me and asked me to sign your stuff, and I said, no, I would never sign a Balulax print of me. How dare you even ask me such things? And then I got canceled for, I don't know what, but something. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Balu, of course I signed it. I didn't even for a second think that, like, I shouldn't sign it. No, in fact, I did so. What is it called? Like, social anxiety fears me. Social anxiety is afraid of me. You know what I mean? Social anxiety fears me, is what I should say. All right, don't scare me like that. Sorry. Salesman, thank you for the 34. Evening, Malta. I need enough tea to fund the British Navy. I am so ready. I have so much good tea. And also, I'm so proud of everybody. You were so good. You were so good that people were asking me why I even need security. And I was like, okay, but the thing about security, it's one of those things where you don't want to be in a place where you need security and then you don't have it, right? Ben Pie, thank you for the Prime. JT Hungry, thank you for the 11 months. Smoke Boats, thank you for the 24. And also, it was very helpful because sometimes when I did stop by certain places, I would get a little bit crowded, and it was nice to have security be like, no. Tell your security he did a very good job at being intimidating. Yeah, he does a good job at that. Honestly, he does a really good job. My favorite thing is, like, sometimes, during the day he has to be very, very concentrated, but he's friends with Oscar. So sometimes when it's like the end of the nights and we all kind of hang out, it's like we hang out with Oscar. And sometimes I'll make a joke because my security doesn't laugh at me. I think he thinks I'm funny, but he has to be professional. So sometimes when it's like late at night and we'll make a joke and then I hear him laugh, I'm like, wait a second. You can laugh, you just choose not to. Andrew goes, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you for spoiling the YouTube momos, whom I love very, very much. Thank you, Womkin, for joining the business momos. Steven, thank you so much for the 21 cube. Thank you for the 33. I love that your security had Momo overalls. So I joke about it, but I actually told my agent we have to write it into his contract that he has to have 1 day of wearing overalls. He has to have 1 day of overalls. So he kind of looks like a big Momo. He kind of looked like a big Momo, I'm not gonna lie. You just look like a very big Momo. It was great. You have to buy that Momo suit? Oh, you mean the big Momo ball? Okay, give me 1 second for real to pee, and then we're going to start yapping. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting since I started kind of late, and I want to yap. Also, please be mindful of me. Tonight, I have to record the podcast episode for this week. My poor editors, I am trying to get ahead. We were kind of lightly ahead of our editing, and then we fell back behind. So my job this week is to get us ahead with the podcast, so my poor editors don't have to do super last minute editing, super last minute everything, okay? That is my goal, is that we're just like a week ahead, maybe even 2 weeks ahead, you know? Not more than that, because you don't want to talk about something from 2 weeks ago, but it would be nice, like, for example, let's say right now it's gonna be Friday, right? I would love if we already had an episode edited, ready to go, and then I'll be recording the next episode. Cryptid and Fear and Wheeler, thank you so much for the sub. See, I can't go pee. You guys are subscribing. I can't go pee. You guys are subscribing. How can I go? How can I leave? How can I leave? Wonder, it has been that long already, and you can come at any time. It is never too late to join. It is never, ever, 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 ever too late to join. All right? You can always come in. Honest Liar, thank you for the 25 months. As a major fan of the first, the new one has the con, expo, and industry stuff, which were a bit hardcore for the old audience. Jovi, I'm a little bit confused what you mean by that. Can you elaborate a little bit more? I tell you how. You go, you catch up on subs afterwards. All right, everybody, pause the subbing for 1 second, okay? Pause. Don't send a single subscription. Pause. Or a membership. Pause. Please pause. Pause. Okay. I'm gonna pee. All right. I sure hope that nobody broke the rules. I sure hope that, oh, there we go. Ulster, my angel. I said, please hold your subscriptions. I said, hold your subscriptions until I'm back. And you said, no. You said, absolutely not, vile woman. Vile bug woman. I almost said bag. Vile bag women. What's up, beefers? It was good running into ya. Ulster, thank you so much for the 50 gifted. I really, really, really appreciate it. To the Momos who just got gifted a subscription, please say thank you to Ulster. Ulster, would you like to time out anybody for 3 days? It could be any partner content creator of your choice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Is my voice still gone? My sweet angel, I just came back from a convention where I had, I think, 6 meet and greets in total that were on the menu. And some of them weren't even on the menu. And I just did bonus and then having to meet people and talk and everything. So I don't know if my voice could even recover, to be completely honest with you. I don't know when it would recover. Thunder, thank you for the 30 months. Hold on. Let me turn the alerts a little bit louder. Is it me or are the alerts kind of quiet? And I know what you're all about to say, Matara, I can't hear the music. You all hate listening to the sound of my voice.
You hate listening to the sound of my voice. You always need some music. I love you so much, Matara. Yeah? How much? Boop. Do you love me this much? Boop. Do you love me as much as letting me eat you?
Hold on, this is me testing the alerts. Is it me or was the gift sub? Oh, I had forgotten to raise the gift sub. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Music is a tad loud, like 5 dB. I don't know what a dB is, but I trust you.
Teru! Teru, you're so sweet. I have so much to talk about at the con, and unfortunately, I didn't have that much time to go by everyone's booth. And Teru gave me a bunch of presents. But unfortunately, if I would have come by her booth, I would have bought even more. I would have bought even more because you had a standee of me and Min. You had so much stuff. Obviously, I am so forever grateful. You gave me so much free stuff and you shouldn't have. And if I had known that you were going to give me this free stuff, I wouldn't have accepted it. But at the same time, I just, I really, 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 really wish that I would have had the time to stop by. Oh my God. Audie, hello. Audie let me be. Audie was my little mule where I shipped all the hats and the posters to Audie's house. And then I had to go and get all of them from Audie. Poor sweet Audie had everything in their house. Oh, I have so much to talk to y'all about. But first, how is everybody? Fast Notch, it was so good to see you. Thank you so much for the bug car. That's you, right? Because on Discord, you're just Notch. You are faster on Twitch television, it seems. On Discord, sorry, that's very much like a Auntie joke. That is a very, very Auntie joke of me. Hold on, let me save these. Let me save these. So I got to sign all the cool cars. I got to sign all the cool cars. And there might be another cool car coming up in the future of the Mataracon. You're exhausted but happy? Honestly, same. So to be very clear with everybody, I came back home, I think around 5 or 6 p.m. on Monday. I passed out almost immediately. I fell asleep in my airport clothes. I'm disgusting. I didn't even brush my teeth, wash my face, nothing. And then I woke up at 6, 7. And then I woke up around like noon. And even then, I didn't have that much energy. It's weird. When you sleep too long and your body is actually recuperating from a convention, I didn't even have that much energy. So I kind of floated by yesterday. I had to do a lot of meetings. I had to pay a lot of stuff. I had to finalize a lot of things. Keiko, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on, let me do something real quick. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I wonder if it's because my body finally was like, you don't have to talk to somebody. You don't have to meet and greet anybody. You can just go to bed. Yeah, Kaiju, I'm definitely going to talk about that later today, but no, it'd be like that. I drove home 11 hours. Wait, you drove all the way home? Oh my God. So I have a funny story about Kaiju James. I was going to talk about it later, but I guess I could talk about it now. Ito-sai, thank you for the 14 months. I met Kaiju James at TwitchCon, and they told me, oh, my daughter was right here, but she left to go get some VTuber stuff, etc., etc. For some reason, I assumed when he said my daughter was right here, I thought she was 8. I don't know why. I just assumed. I'm like, James looked like he's about my age. His daughter must be, even though if he's my age, his daughter's in it. But I was like, his daughter's probably 8, maybe 10, maybe 12. And then I didn't think much of it. I just mentally classified her as an 8-year-old. And then when we did the Momo meetup and I crashed it, which I'm going to talk about it. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Smoke Boats. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then when I met her, so basically I show up to the Momo meetup and there's a lady, that's who she is. She's a lady sitting by the pizzas. And then later I introduce myself to her, or she introduces, She's a whole adult. She's a whole person. That was his daughter, exactly. Like, when you say daughter, we all think she's like 10 or 12, but that is a full-grown adult person. That's an entire human woman. Again, I think the reason is that I don't, obviously, like I look at James, I'm like, okay, he's about my age, but I don't have kids. So for me, when I think about somebody saying my kid or my daughter, even if they're my age, I still assume that their kid or their daughter is like 3. Because I assume that if I got a kid or had a kid, they would now be a little baby. I remember that shock during. I am so glad I'm not the only one. I am just happy I'm not the only one who's like, what do you mean you have a full-grown kid? Even though, by the way, there is nothing like weird if you're 42 and your kid is 20, you got a kid at 22. Back in the good old days, listen up, children, of who we have exactly 4 in the stream. Back in the good old days, people used to have children young, okay? It's now that, people are thinking in their 40s, like, I got 3 more years of my eggs being there. Should I have a kid? Back in the good old days, people were having kids quite early, all right? Do you ever think about how some VTubers could be your kids? Absolutely. Thank you, Chuya. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking pictures. You were the Miki cosplayer, right? Hold on. I got some of the stuff. Again, I think obviously there's still people having children young. There still is. But in general, I have noticed from my peers and their friends that a lot of people aren't having kids very young. So my whole shock, I'm just glad I'm not the only one that had the full shock of, what do you mean your daughter is a full-grown tax-paying adult? When you said daughter, we all assumed. I'm just glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who misassumed. I'm just glad I'm not the only one. I feel like most of the momos I met could have been my parents, because we could have been, yes. We could have been. So I got to meet the Fuzuki Miki, the one, the only, and I stole her glasses. I'm sorry. I was like, take a photo with me, and then I stole the glasses. Damigi. I'm just glad you all share my reaction, okay? I'm just glad. I think the average age of having children definitely has gone up for people, in my friend group or the peers of mine that I know. I think it probably goes up again with university or maybe even with streaming. I don't know. If you're streaming all the time, you can't have time for babies. I don't know. But it definitely caught me off guard where I was like, wait a second, what do you mean? But it was so good to have met her finally and realize that she's an adult. Honestly, I was so shocked I was approached in the first place. Sorry for the bad face. You look beautiful. Miki could never have a bad face. Vivi Court, thank you so much for the gifted. My mom has told me I'll change my mind about having a kid, but it has yet to happen. I mean, it depends, right? It depends on who you are. It depends on what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. It depends if you have a partner. I mean, less people are dating now or having long-term partners. So I want to be mindful that I'm not accidentally generalizing, because I know somebody's going to be like, actually, I'm watching this with my partner and we're happily in love, so you're wrong. But I'm older than my grandma when I was born. Oh, so your grandma... Oh, wait. So your grandma could have been, for example, I'm just giving an example, like 36, right? Like if your grandma had if your grandma had your mom at 18 or your dad, and then your mom or your dad were 18 when you were born, and if you're 37, technically you're older than your grandma when you were born. That's kind of what you mean, right? Sorry, you had to have me do math right here. I was like, give me a minute with this mathematical nonsense. Give me a minute with this mathematical nonsense. I don't know how any of this works. Miss Kitty Mama, another child haver. Another child haver. It was so good to finally meet you. Actually, there is one photo I want to show you all that I haven't posted yet, but I will be posting it soon. So don't steal it, okay? Don't steal this photograph. I will be posting this. If you had the pleasure of, I know I'm kind of like talking about the convention a little bit upside down. I'm not really starting from the beginning of the beginning, but don't worry, we will go back to it, okay? We will go back to it. I have some photos, I have some things. But hold on. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. I think the one of me with my hands on my hips is better. I think the one with the hand on the hips is a little bit better because it's so, hold on. It's so like, well, this is what it is. This is where we're at. All right. So I also never told you all this, but it's time to be honest. Wait a second. Let me move everything. I have like everything everywhere. It's time to be honest. I also have a baby. That's right. I never told you all. I'm so sorry for misleading you this whole time. I also have a baby. Yep. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry for never having been honest. I'm sorry for hiding this very real part of my life from you. It's actually kind of weird if I call her my baby, but then I also call her my stinky wife because I feel like things are getting a little bit crossed here. The wires are getting crossed here a little bit. But yeah, I kind of like this one with my arms down, but then also the one with the heart is so cute. My little stinky baby. Jewel, thank you for the 33 months. Thank you. Thank you. She's my, basically, okay, so not to sound like an extreme extrovert again, but y'all remember how Mint was saying that my extroversion scares her? So I'm sorry these stories are a little bit like out of order. I will go back and kind of like talk about the beginning. It's just that we had Balu here. We had Teru. I wanted to say hi. Miss Kitty was here. James. Like we want to talk about babies, you know? So things are getting a little bit, but this I think is why Mint mentions that extroverted people scare her. So what had happened was the on Friday, the hall opened 30 minutes early, which by the way, I am so silly. I didn't realize my meet and greet started at 11. I thought it started at 10:30. At 10:30, the hall opens for just badge holders and everybody lined up at Setsuna booth, but nobody was really lining up for my meet and greet. So I was like, oh my God, nobody loves me. I am a has-been. Nobody cares to meet me. But then at like close to 11, the line got really big and I'm like, oh, never mind. My meet and greet started at 11. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually very comfortable with, having less people, having more people, anything like that. I'm very comfortable with that. But, yeah, I think for me, it just kind of like give me a little bit of like a, wait a second, whoa, is nobody coming to meet me? But I didn't realize that the hall opened. Oopsie. Vivi, sorry, Mint, you're adopted. It's true. She's adopted. Okay, so there was somebody in line with a baby harness with Mint in it. This exact baby harness with Mint in it. They were in line. And I came up to them and I said, hey, I'm so sorry. Can you let me know where you bought this? Was it on Amazon? Can you like show me the link, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And then they go, they start telling me about it and they go, well, actually, do you want to just try it on? And I said, wait, like, can I actually try it on and wear it for a few minutes? They're like, yeah, absolutely. Try it on and see if you even would want to buy it. So this is the kind of stuff that Mint would be like, you stole somebody's baby carriage. How dare you do that? But the reality was I came up to them. I asked for a link. They offered. So they took their Minto out because that's their baby Minto. I put my baby Minto in. And I basically paraded her around for a little bit. Yeah, I paraded. You stole their actual baby. Exactly. You saw me equipping that. Yeah. And they were like equipping and putting it on to me. But these are the kind of stories that when Mint hears them, you know, because she has a penchant for the dramatics and the theater, as one says, she would have been like, I can't believe Matara walked up to somebody in line, said, I'm going to try your baby harness. Take it off.
Put your baby on the floor. I'm putting my baby in the harness.
And so I just walked around a little bit with baby Minto, asked them for their link for the baby harness. And yeah, I'm definitely, I love it. It was very comfortable. It was very, 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 very comfortable.
Peeper, thank you for the 13 months.
What equipment buff would Mint give? +5 drama. +2 cuteness. +2 to cuteness. +5 to drama. -5 constitution. Just because she doesn't eat any food, she like is, her tummy hurts with most foods. I forget. Yeah. Like she can't have sparkling water because it hurts her tummy. She can't have alcohol. She also has, you know, the curse. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Influx. I hope you feel better soon. YouTube Momos, can we give Influx some love? I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, the curse. Wait. I'm not... y'all don't know about Mint's... Like, I know it's gonna sound like I'm making it up, but she actually has a curse. The sand curse. It sounds like I'm making it up, but I promise you I'm not making it up. Hold on, let me put my stuff back on. Let me dress myself. So I don't remember the full statistics and the full logistics, but basically she talked about how she went to either the Grand Canyon or something like that, some kind of place. And their tour guide was like, hey guys, it's really important that you don't bring the sand home. It's actually really important you don't bring the sand home. This was legitimately like a burial site, Native American burial site. This is very sacred. Like, this is not a joke. Don't bring it home, blah, 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 blah. And then her mom brought some home. This is a story, by the way, that she's talked about both on stream and on our old podcast. So I'm just saying. And her mom brought a bunch of it home, and, you know, I don't want to go into the details, but they've mentioned that like some bad stuff had happened to their family, some bad stuff had happened to her health. And she genuinely is like, I feel like that is because my mom brought the sand home. And I told her, I'm like, if you truly believe that, genuinely, like, look, okay, some of you might be like, oh, these things aren't real, curses aren't real. Okay, that is fair. But if she truly believes that the curse is real, and her mom truly believes that the curse is real, then I told her what she has to do. She probably would have to go back to that place and be like, hey, listen, here's the story. I got this curse. My mom did this, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything I can do to take the curse off of me and my family? Maybe she would have to bring some other sand or do something or some kind of community service. But there must be a way. I'm no cursologist, but there must be a way. There usually is a way for this kind of stuff. You know? So I told her to do that. Maybe that should be our next trip. Maybe next time she's like, hey, Mata, we should go to the Arctic. I'll be like, no, bitch, fuck the Arctic. You are going back to clean the curse. You know? Maybe that's what I should do. She's like, oh, we should go. She wanted to go to the Arctic. She also wanted to go to somewhere else. Greenland, I think. I'll be like, okay, no fucking, sorry for my language. I'll be like, no fucking Greenland, you stupid ghost. We are going back to get your curse out of the, you know? The only way to break a curse is to kiss a bug. Something like that. But yeah, I think next time... No, she wanted to go to the art. She basically wants to go to like every tip of the world. And I would rather not. So any excuse I can get to not go to a cold place with her, I'll be like, what about your curse? That's going to be what... Listen, as a friend, that's what I got to do. That's what I got to do. Imagine we go and then we're never heard from again because we got eaten by like a cannibal tribe. Wouldn't that be exciting? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Ooh. 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 What's up, Grimlocky? Thank you so much for getting everybody to sign your shirt. I appreciate it. Ooh, that sucks. I wouldn't want to curse somebody else. I mean, it's not even me. Maybe she would. Maybe she'd be like, I'd love to curse somebody else. I don't know what kind of crazy things this woman thinks about. I don't know what kind of crazy things this woman thinks about. I don't even know. But I think next time Mint is like, hey, Matara, you know what we should do? Go to Japan for the 17th time. I'll be like, hey, we should consider getting rid of the curse. Just letting you know. As your friend, I think there is something to be said about getting rid of the curse. You know? How about that? Also, what I'm really excited about is apparently she got the curse in like a really warm place. So I'd love going to a really warm place. That would make me so happy. That would honestly bring so much joy into my heart, is going to a really, 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 really warm place. Hey, Mom, thank you for teasingly calling my girlfriend and I girl kissers. It's you, Kubo. It's you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I kept yelling girl kissers every time y'all passed by. They told me their love story where basically one of them was wearing, was it Mint merch, right? And the other one was like, wait a second, is that the Mint Phantom? And then something like, I'm not going to go into details, but something like a little bit of time later, you know. That's all. I don't know if the kisses come through on the mic. It kind of sounds like I'm eating something. Emperor Kira, thank you for the 26 months. Curse Breaking Adventure special podcast episode, right? I'm sorry, hold on, let me grab my phone. Let me actually voice note her. Hello, I just thought about next time you say, hey, we should go somewhere like the Arctic or Japan for the 14th time. How about we go break your curse? Seriously, like I am on stream, so part of it is like, you know, but I'm not joking. I told you before, right? I think when we did the pod episode about the curse, that there is a way, if you know, whether you believe in the curse or not, if you do believe in the curse, usually if you just go back to the place and you're like, hey guys, I've really fucked up. Can somebody help me remove this curse? We should do that. Just letting you know. Also, hope you get home safe. Miss you, love you. Yeah, we met at my job and she commented on my Mint and Matara merch and I immediately grabbed her Discord. And then later that week, y'all were grabbing some other things. Breasts. I mean breasts. I you know. Girl kissers. Speaking of girl kissers, Ayuki was trying to indoctrinate me into her cult. Ayuki kept trying to give me girl kisser ribbons. And I'm like, Ayuki, it's not fair. It's not fair for me to mislead people. It's not fair for me to mislead people if I have a girl kisser ribbon, okay? I don't want to give people false hope. Stop. If I wear the girl kisser ribbon, I will now want to kiss a girl and it's not fair. User, thank you for the 25 months. Angel, if you look at my post, I actually have your card in there. It's pinned on my Twitter. I had my Lucky Momo plush on my bag and spotted I do that LAX with Mint merch and now we're friends. Let's go! Actually, I have a story about that. Somebody told me, okay, maybe I can start doing full story time, all right? Some of these I might repeat a few times, but there was somebody who came to the Checky meet and greet, okay? And they actually had posted this photo. And I want to once again just remind everybody, because I know it can feel overwhelming to go to a convention and see so much Matara stuff, or so much Mint stuff, or so much Doki stuff, or so much Lime stuff, or just in general, so much stuff that you would want to buy. Also, your card is right there. Look at these beautiful cigarettes. I know it can feel really, really overwhelming to get all this stuff. Was it you? No. I'll see the shirt. So I know so many momos were mentioning like, ooh, I came by your meet and greet and now I'm going to have, what is it called? Like ice soup for the rest of whatever. Okay. So this was somebody who was watching the Mint and Matara summer special. It's okay, Remu. Don't be sorry. Thank you so much for supporting the fan artists. I really, really appreciate it. So I just want to quickly say, boom. Also, please forgive my awful handwriting, but I'm doing my best.
It's a gift sub.
So basically, the forbidden words. I had said in the podcast, if you are going to a convention and you want to make a friend, you do not need to come in. Obviously, it is so great to see people in their Momo shirt or their have a great summer hats. Wink, wink. But please do not feel the pressure to buy merch, whether official or unofficial. Okay. I said that if you are going to a concert or you are going to a convention or you are going anywhere, just grab a white shirt, grab a marker, and write "Mint is stinky." And you will meet people and you will got to talk to people. You will get to talk to people. And yeah, so they did this 2 years ago. This year was very special to me. The reason I make sure today is because of her recommendation from a summer podcast. 2 years ago, she helped me with my first one. I was very happy to finally thank her for changing my life. So thank you for stopping by, grabbing a Polaroid, because the Polaroids support the Maid Cafe as well. And of course, the Mint is Stinky t-shirt immortalized. It brings me so much joy to see that. Please, please, please. I know it can feel overwhelming when you see so many people all together in their merch, but you can do your own stuff. Trust me. Okay. Very quickly, though, I do have a question. I heard a rumor that apparently there was like a few momos on day one who were kissing. No, I'm kidding. Who were basically going from booth to booth together and buying merch together. How many was it? Because I heard somebody say there was like 10 of you. Then I heard somebody else say there was like 4 of you. I'd rather buy stuff at Artist Alley, which is very, very true, Horrortron. That's up to you, but not everybody can afford it. That was me and Dosby Turtle. Yeah, because when I talk to people, the rumors are different. I'm hearing some people be like, there was 10 momos going one after the other. Then other people are saying, no, there was only like 4 or 5 momos doing that together. Of course, RX. I had fun. That's probably what it was. It probably was several groups of 4 or 5 people. And so when I keep hearing the story, it was probably multiple teams of momos. That would make sense. It was one singular momo buying all the merch all by themselves. One singular momo. That makes me so happy, Miss Kitty Mama. By the way, everybody, Miss Kitty Mama told me she was going to bring me a baby harness and she forgot. She thought that having a harness for her baby was more important than having a harness for my baby. That's true. It's true. She told me with those exact words, she said, Matara, my baby is more important than your baby. What's up, Duvalde? I'm here. I'm here. How you been? I was running around solo buying merch. Did you ever? Okay, be honest with me. How does it feel when you're walking around the con and then you see another Momo and do you just point at each other? Do you eat one another? Tell me everything. Is my baby harness for men? That's irrelevant. My baby harness is for a baby. Who that baby is irrelevant. Me too, Aisu. Aisu, I'm really sorry about your Polaroid. I'm going to talk to my team and see what we can do. Probably the easiest solution would be to capture you at another con, and I would have to wear the maid outfit, and we would have to Polaroid it. But I do owe you a Polaroid. I just don't know which con I'll be at, when I'll have a Polaroid, but I do owe you a Polaroid, and I really apologize. There was 2 other Polaroids that did that the whole weekend. For some reason, 3 whole Polaroids developed black, but the 2 people other than you, they actually came back in time and were like, hey, my Polaroid developed black. So, thank you, Julie. I was in line with my fellow Momos and we pointed at every Momo passing by and shouted Momo. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. What's up, Malcolm? Thank you for the 6 months. I do mean 6, 7 of them. What was my absolute favorite piece of merch from Offkai? Here was... I spilled my water. My absolute favorite piece of merch. I swear I could keep a straight face. This was my absolute favorite piece of merch from Offkai 2026. I got this from my lawyer from Japan. Zero, how have you been? Zero and Niwa, I missed you, cuties. All right. For real. It's really tough to say. I have this part of my personality that my mom is always talking to me about. My mom calls it like, I do this thing where I'm really good at shining the spotlight at other people. And I have to get better at shining the spotlight at myself. Because, for example, my favorite, genuinely, my favorite piece of merch from Offkai was this headband, which is showing a lot of love to Densetsu, and this big Minto, which is showing a lot of love at Minto. My favorite pieces of merch aren't even from me. Not because, obviously, I love my merch. I think it's great, but I just naturally have this thing that I always want to shout out other people's stuff first. But I'd say if I had some favorite stuff, I don't even know. It's honestly so tough because I'm looking at my haul. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm looking at my haul. Like, how could I pick one? Picking one means I shoot. If I say one I like more than others, that means all the others suck and I hate all the other ones, right? That's how it works. I'm surprised you didn't try to get the giant Minto plush. I mean, first of all, I think it sold for like several $1,000s, which I just don't have that kind of money to spend on things. That's number one. And number two, I wouldn't want to take it away from a fan, even if I had that kind of money. No, apparently the 12,000 didn't go through. Apparently, like the last bid that they know was a real bid, like they can confirm that person has the money to pay it, was 6,000. Sorry, I'm looking through my stuff. It's also okay. So I didn't stop by Balulax's booth, but for example, it's also tough because like I love how Teru draws me, but I also love how Balu draws me. And sometimes I worry that I do this thing where like if I see more art, it's easier to focus. But for example, I really like this. Oh, I don't know if I can even zoom in. This is very like Ojo-sama Matara. I love the Maid Cafe. I don't know. I don't think I can pick a favorite piece of merch, honestly. I have a hard time picking a favorite piece of merch of me because it feels like I'm not ranking them fairly. But when it comes to other people, I can be like, these are my favorite. Teru, thank you so much. I'm actually so sad I couldn't stop by your booth. So basically, I'm going to change things. It's sold out day one. No! So basically what I was trying to do, you guys, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm sorry. I know story time is a little ADHD and we kind of go back and forth. Teru, you are incredible. Thank you so much for making so much fantastic art of me. Thank you so much for spoiling me. Thank you so much for spoiling the momos. So my plan was I came Thursday while people were setting up to try and buy things. But unfortunately, a lot of people... What's up, Mindy Fresh? It's so good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Hold on. But unfortunately, a lot of people did not have their... whatever machines are called, like Interact, Visa machines set up. So I couldn't buy stuff. Also, take a look at this lovely lady right here. Winky face. And because of that, I couldn't buy their stuff because I didn't have cash on me. So my goal was to come back Sunday to go around the con, but I made a mistake. I thought the con was closing at 6, and my last Maid Cafe engagement got me free at around 5. So I thought I'm going to get 1 hour to just go around the booths, exchange gifts, buy some stuff. Unfortunately, by the time I came to the booths, a lot of people were already packed up and leaving. A lot of people were packed up. A lot of people had left. Some people just were like, sorry, I would find my Matara stuff, but it's all packed up. So next time, I'm going to make a point to come earlier. I really feel awful. I think I didn't even visit half the artists. I didn't even visit half the... No. The artist alley closed at 4. Did it not, everybody? Am I crazy? Or did it close at 5? I think it closed at 4. It was, I think it was a little too early. I understand, the convention has to have people out of there, but I wish it closed at 6 and it let exhibitors stay there until 8. I really, really wish. I understand I can't have everything, but unfortunately, because of that, I couldn't stop by everything. But like, look at this beautiful jar. I want it. I want it. I want it. I love how you make me all transparent here. I have this one from you, of course. I don't remember if I have this one, actually, to be completely honest with you. I don't think I have the wood pins. And you even made Junie this time. It's so cute. Obviously, I have this print like everywhere. It's amazing. But I also want a lanyard. You also you gave me this standee and it's lovely, and you gave me the wool scroll. I love you so much. But also this, please, I know you said it's sold out and it's an Offkai exclusive, but please, I really need one. I really need one, please. I really need one. Please. Actually, not to be rude, I need two because I have a standee desk at my Canadian house and I want one. Actually, wait, can I have 3? I'm kidding. But for real, can I have 2? I'm so devastated. So Teru gave me a bunch of this stuff, which I really wish I could buy. I did something that you guys will be actually kind of proud of me for. I unfortunately did not have the time to stop by Balulax's booth. I did not have time to stop by Balu's booth. Boom. But again, Balu, I've signed so many of this print. You do such a phenomenal job. Funny story, since I've had my plushie moment traveling for deliveries, I've been getting better paying deliveries. Let's go! I love that. Matara, I found something so funny. There was a post you made where you took a pic near the Maid Cafe meet and greet with Minto, and you can see my bald ass head. Okay, wait. Can we enhance and zoom into that? Carl, first of all, thank you so much for the pink super. Second of all, enhance, zoom. Now that you said this, we're zoom enhancing. Enhance, zoom. Picture near the Maid Cafe. Is that you? Is this you? Balu, I unfortunately have Balu in the basement working on 2 more prints for me. So one of the reasons, I'm so sorry, Balu, but I've been stealing him to work on stuff for me. And Teru, you will be stolen soon. You also will be stolen very, 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 very soon. Carl, first of all, thank you so much for the super. Thank you so much. I had no idea it was you. You know the best part? At some points, even some of the maids were leaving the maid cafe, and then they would come back and be like, oh my God, nice outfit. Then they go, oh, that's you. Wait, I still have work to do. Are you done with the other one? Can I tease? Can I spoil? Were you done with the, oh wow. Okay, I'll just show one little thing, okay? I won't spoil the full thing because Teak would kill me. I'm just spoiling a little bit. Rocks, it was awesome. I really did. Also, I have rocks chained up in the basement. I have so many. I feel really bad for all the artists coming into my stream because I have you guys chained up in the basement. Hold on. Also, let me re-VIP some of you guys. Please forgive me. The other day, I actually went through my VIP list and I had cleaned out a lot of VIPs because it wasn't letting me add people. It's a comfy basement. It's true. Cal, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I really honestly have a lot of these these artists in my basement chained up and just doing work. Doing work. Okay, this other thing I had Balu work on is also really beautiful. I gotta figure out when we're posting these. Oh, hold on. I'm like, I don't wanna spoil too much because Teak would murder me. But here's some other stuff, you know? That's all you get to see. 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 Or Teak would kill me. Teak would kill me. Teak would absolutely kill me. That pic looks dangerous. I am dangerous. Speaking of dangerous. I stole this like pen light gun from Steiner, by the way. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of merch that I got from the con, and I stole it from Steiner. It's so good. It's like a pen light gun. So you just hold it like a gun the whole time. It's my favorite thing ever. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so for the artists, I really do apologize. I couldn't stop by everybody. I think next time I'm gonna have a better system. Momos, you will be so proud of me, okay? You will be so proud of me because usually I fight and I insist to pay, and then I make it really awkward because the artists don't want to make me pay. Some do, and that's completely fine. That obviously I want to pay. But it gets really awkward where I'm like arguing with the artist to pay, and then they don't want to let me pay, and then I keep arguing, and then they eventually like agree. But what had happened here is when I was going through Artist Alley, everything was already closed up. So most artists said, look, I'm not making you pay because I'm not going back into my bag to take out my whatever machine, right? And because I was also giving them some keychains and some sticker sheets, I said, okay, fair. Let's just do a trade then. Fair. But I think now, because I honestly have so much Matara stuff, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable being like, all right, you know what? I guess we can do a trade. But then I don't agree to do a trade if it's, for example, for some of these bags, right? The cost to make one of these is usually a lot. It's very expensive. So if it's like a sticker for a sticker, I usually feel very comfortable. But I'm not going to agree to do a shirt trade for like a sticker sheet trade. No. So I'm getting better. I hope you're all very proud of me. I hope you're all very proud of me. But yeah, I definitely am going to get a little bit better. I think next time my plan for these conventions is this. I'm going to go Thursday. Let's say the convention starts Friday. I'm going to go Thursday because I usually have an exhibitor badge with one of the booths I work with. So I will usually come a little bit earlier and I will have cash on me. And because I have cash on me, I'll be able to buy stuff. Even if they say no, I can just leave the cash there. That's going to be my plan moving forward. And already, I think my momos have been fast at work. Can we please give a big round of applause for Dasby Turtle for having made this incredible map for us? Poor Dasby, we had him working in the mines. And I told Dasby at the convention that from now on, like, this is going to be something that he's going to have to be doing more and more of. All right? Poor Dasby is going to have to start doing this kind of stuff for us. So Turtle, all right, let me check what I missed. I don't have this lovely sticker, nor I have this, I think. I don't think I have this. Oh, I don't have the 6-7 Street stuff. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have Madara Banana. No. I don't have Madara Banana. Also, I think this is Ayami Sensei, right? I have the other stuff. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have this. Oh no, I don't have a lot of these. I don't have this. I have this. Oh no. I have these. I have it. Oh man, I have this print already. I have the Dusko stuff. I don't think I have this one. I don't think I have this one, nor I don't think I have this one. I thank you again. So I got these last time as a gift. I have the bottle opener. Oh man. I'm actually missing quite a bit of stuff. I missed Freem's stuff because by the time I went by the booths, she was already packed up. So the reason I missed stuff, just to be very clear, is that the Freem had already packed up her boot. It did damn fine. It still had some mata, but the problem with Anime Expo that I hear from a lot of artists is that it's very, very expensive to go to Anime Expo and it's very hard to get in. So if you are an artist starting out, I think it's probably just much easier and better to table at like an Offkai. It was so happy to meet you at the subs booth. Thank you for signing my guitar. Of course, Cooler. You were so cool. Thank you for bringing that. Thank you for the Momo cake, of course. I mean, maybe Teru, you can talk about it. I really think you and a few other artists, if you ever got together and talked about it, it would be so interesting to listen to. That I've heard a lot of artists say that Offkai is just such a great convention. Not every convention is like an Offkai, but if you are starting out as an artist, right, getting a table that isn't too expensive, having some stickers, having some stuff that is like low. Prints and stickers usually cost you the least to make. Prints, stickers, postcards, etc. Once you get into standees, once you get into keychains, there's a lot of little things that kind of get added, hidden costs. Shirts and totes are even harder to do because usually the minimum requirement for a shirt or a tote gets even higher. But there's definitely quite the possibilities for doing stuff that is a print or a sticker or things like that. I was so happy to see so much Roach goodness in the artist alley. Oh, thank you, Aisu. I think there's quite a bit of mata stuff usually at cons, but if it's not a VTuber-centric con, then there's going to be a little bit. There's usually, I've noticed, if people have like VShojo stuff, sometimes I'll be on there. There's sometimes stuff with like Mint and I. It's really awesome. And again, I never assume it. I had a big cry the other day, and I'll talk about it, once we actually sit down and I kind of talk from beginning to end about stuff. But I really felt like I didn't fit in to my first corpo. I felt like I didn't really fit in. And I think one of the reasons I've talked about it, but one of the reasons I had left was because I felt like it was hard for people to grow my fandom. And I've talked about it before, I felt like if I saw videos of people cosplaying my previous character, people would call them out. People say, why are you cosplaying her? Da 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 da. It was like all this weird stuff. And it was, again, just a bunch of kids on social media, which whatever. But one of the reasons, and I remember talking about it with Mint back when she was her old person, I was like, I just don't understand what I can do to make it a safer place to be my fan. And after talking, not just with her, but with a lot of people, I kind of understood that nothing I could really do could shift things around, in the sense that maybe 3 years down the line, I could have maybe shifted things around. But I think it's one of those that because people already were looking for a villain, it didn't matter what I would do. Even if I suddenly became really good for a long time, according to strict children on the internet with their strict standards, if I just did one mistake, it's one of those things where it's like, if I would do one mistake, they would go, oh, see, she was always bad. She was always bad. This whole good arc was just fake, right? Versus, oh, she's great. She tries her best. Maybe she made a mistake. So actually going to a convention, seeing people have Momo merch, Mata merch, Momo shirt, the Hags hat so freely, openly, and everywhere, I still am not used to that. I'll be honest with you. I still am at a weird place where somewhere in my heart, I'm like, wow, is that really, are we finally here that it's okay now? And it makes me really, really happy. It makes me really, really happy. And Dasmi, thank you for the 8 months. It was a good cry. You should have bought the Hags hat. Well, good news for you. The Hags hat did sell out, but good news for you. If you go over to mataracon.shop, it is currently there. It is currently there, and they will start shipping today, technically, right? So orders that include item will ship on or around 7/29. So you are in luck. You must be in luck today. People ask me where to get the hat out of the convention. Let's go! Did you tell them mataracon.shop? All right. Is it time for big yapping? I'm just so happy that we finally have a place where you can wear your Momo merch, where you can be a Momo, where you can be a part of many fandoms, and it's just good and fine, and everybody moved on. It's no longer this weird corporate kind of structure where thank you, Murphy. That makes me happy. Taser, thank you for the 3 months. Tuner, you got your Hacks hat in the mail yesterday. Please post your haul on the merch. Please, 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 please. I was at a metal festival instead of Offkai, but I wore my MataraCon shirt day one and handing out small 3D momos. Let's go! Magnet, which Mata shirt did you wear if it's not a secret? There is no Matara in Brazil, but maybe one day, you never know. Oh, I love the Gamer Subs one. Good choice. Good call. But yeah, I guess it felt really surreal for me to see so much merch of myself. I wish I could have stopped by the booths and properly thanked everybody. I really, really wish I could. Yes, there is a Discord channel, J Scores. I don't know. Maybe you can put it in Mata merch, or maybe you can put it in maybe we can have like Mata fan merch. What do you think? Zero and Niwa, if you're here. I'm so happy, Rogs. That makes me so happy. Maybe we can have like Mata fan merch. What do you think? I guess maybe Concraft would work. Because it is like usually fan art that gets turned into merch. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Cancraft is for artists though. Oh yeah, you're right. I'll let the mods figure it out. Because I do kind of I do like Mata merch staying for official merch. Niwa, how do you feel if we had a room that's called like convention hall or something like that? Thank you, Kelv. Honestly, it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't just me. A lot of people did. I think it was just, yeah, please don't use Mince tag for that. I think a lot of people did. It just, I really took a big bulk of it at the beginning, and I just never got through it, you know? Con Hall is very cute. I definitely think KANHAUL is very cute. I like, or convention, because I do like Mata merch being for kind of more of our official merch. Because then if I need photos or if I need anything, I go straight into Mata merch. Hold on, let me take a look at this. Give me a second. Mata merch. Yeah, I think we should. Oh my God, stop. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Stop. I love it so much. Stop. Oh my God. He looks so cute. I'm stealing this. I'm stealing this photo. I am actually stealing this. I'm posting this on the internet. Philip, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so proud of you for having a meet and greet with Mint. It must have felt so surreal after being a fan for 6 years. Thank you for stopping by for our Momo meet and greet as well. It really means a lot. No, Spiders, don't worry about it. We never defined it before. So how about this? We never previously had defined no fan merch in Mata merch. I think if you are doing a con hall that is specifically a con hall, we should do a convention hall channel. If, for example, you post something like this, I think it's fine. We're not going to be super like here you have official merch, con hall, even though this is actually technically, I think this is technically official merch because I partnered with them for IP licensing, right? So, this is actually all official merch. I just realized. Even if you do end up like posting something like this, I just want a place for con halls. I think it would make sense. Or here's my follow-up. Maybe we don't have enough posts and we really should just have one room for everything. I don't mind. I also don't really mind. I don't really mind. We're doing executions. You're first, Ryeth. You're first. You're first on the guillotine. Sadly, I cannot attend Offkai due to work. I'm sorry. I bought 2 momos, the Giga poster, and Hags had to make up for it. Choco, that makes me so happy. Thank you so much. Hey, Otakon is happening in the East Coast. I have still never had the pleasure of attending Otakon. Okay, funny story to say, and then we might finally start talking about everything. So, somebody came to meet and greet me. Oh, actually, no. Let me go. Somebody came to meet and greet me, and they were dressed as Otakon. And my sweet agent Ray, she's never played Metal Gear. She didn't know. So I said, "Oh, are you're cosplaying Otakon?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Has anybody been asking you if you pissed yourself?" He goes, "You know what? Nobody's talking to me about peeing myself." And I go, "All right, let me start." And then I guess that's when my agent kind of clocked in and listened to what we were saying. And I said, "When was the last time you pissed yourself?" And Ray just kind of goes, "What the fuck is going on in this meet and greet?" Where I just ask a fan, "When was the last time you pissed yourself?" And then I have to give so much credit to this person. No, this was at the Checky meet and greet because they went, "Let me think. Like for real, for real?" I'm like, "Yeah, for real." And they said, "Oh, last week," and it was like it was some kind of swimming thing. It was like either they were like surfing or something. And I said, "Thank you for being real about it." And I said, "Honestly, yeah, I once peed myself in a canoe because the bathroom was nowhere near. My canoe was filled with water, and I was like, you know what? I just like it is what it is." Yes, I was a full-grown adult, and another funny little tidbit, okay? So if you have been a Momo for a very, very, very long time, you probably have never ever seen me with claws this long, okay? If you have been a Momo for a very long time and you've seen a million of my nail reveals, you have probably never seen me with big claws like this. Like I have never ever gotten these like big, long, gothy claws. These nails are much longer than any kind of nails I've ever done before. Thank you, Chuya. I've never got nails this long. Let me see if there's like even some like earlier photos I can kind of find of my nails. If anybody like for real. Let me see. Yeah, so this is a better example of like how I usually would get my nails done. Much shorter, much rounder. Again, still, nails, but definitely not the freaking claws that I got going on, right? See, like they're shorter, they're cuter, they're usually pinker. Yes, I had Evil Momo. So the way my nails were, it was Evil Momo and Momo. And then the thumbs were their butts. So if you put the Evil Momo and the Momo together, it was like, so here I had the Evil Momo and then on the thumb was the butt. So here it's like the Evil Momo butt, and I could put them together. So something that would happen sometimes when people would come in for the maid cafe meet and greet, the Checky meet and greet, they would stand a little too far for the photo and I would kind of have to grab them and put them towards me, right? But the problem is because my claws are longer than usual, I scratched so many people. Like I would just kind of grab people and I would scratch them or I would pinch them and all that stuff. So unfortunately, because of that, there's definitely a few people out there that could absolutely do a Google document about how I came to Matara's meet and greet and she was manhandling me, or I guess claw handling me is the word, since I'm woman claw handling, that I was just pinching and scratching and I heard how you stabbed Bizarre Red with your claws. No! You see what I mean? The rumors are true. The rumors are true. The rumors are true. I'm so sorry. I've honestly never, ever, ever had my nails this long. And it's something that it's hard to explain, but because my nails are longer than usual, like I would honestly just accidentally scratch people. I was used as a writing desk. Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled for my crimes. How much blood do I have on my nails? Too much. Too much Momo blood on my nails. Too much Momo blood on my nails. All right. Are we ready for some very light story time? Very, very light story time. I've already kind of said a lot of stories, but if any funny stories come back to mind, I'm going to mention them again. Like I'm going to mention the Kaiju James one again. It should have been me, not him. Choco, it's going to be you. It's going to be you one day. I promise. One day it's going to be you. Also, very quick update on my week. I am going to have a schedule again next week. This week, my plan is to stream today. Tomorrow, I want to react to Ludwig University and Giga reacting to Ludwig University. Next week, I might do Power World with the Sloppies again, and then we'll see what we're doing. But this Friday, my mother is flying in because we need to sign for an apartment, okay? We need to sign for an apartment. So I just need to make sure that I have an apartment ready and go before I leave. So, schedule again next week. I need to record something. I need to get stuff done, but we're almost back into it. Living with my mom again. In Canada, I do live with them, yes. In Canada, I do live with them, yes. My mom isn't flying in because I need her to sign. My mom is flying in because I'm overwhelmed. And when I go to an apartment building, I need somebody to be like, okay, yes, we're going to put your desk here. We're going to put the couch here, you know? So, pretty standard. This con, I feel a lot of the stories were really great. I just want to say very, very quickly, a big thank you to all of you for being very respectful. Jones, thank you for the 20 months. Thank you. I did. Please say hi next time, Kazoo, okay? I have to say that trainee mate at Offkai I met was very sweet. Yes, that's what I love. That's what I love. So, basically, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being really, really well behaved. Now, I know that even though I love meeting everybody and I love giving hugs and I love that kind of stuff, sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes just one person to come in and kind of like say something odd or be a little for me to get overwhelmed. Not just me, but anybody. And by the way, I don't know if y'all heard, not to ruin the mood, but there was apparently a shooting not far from where the convention was on the last night. So it's definitely something that you want to be. What's up, Mistfist? You definitely want to be mindful. You definitely want to be safe. I just have to say, every single person I talked to said that when they met the Momos, you guys were respectful. You guys were kind. Every single artist I talked to said you guys were so polite, waited your turn, waiting in line, being good. And even for me, I noticed that too, that you guys were understanding, kind, didn't crowd. If you were told by my security to please, leave or we're doing something else, you absolutely listen. And that means so much to me, because one of the things that I am afraid of is I don't want to put myself at risk. I don't want to put the convention at risk, but also I don't want to put my partners at risk. My partners, yes. For example, if we're at the Senpai Squad booth or the Gamer Subs booth and we do something and we get, a slap on the wrist from the con, a few of those slap on the wrists and they can be out of the con. That happens. Cyber, thank you for the raid. That actually is something that happens at Anime Expo, where I think if you get 2 or 3 slaps on the wrist at your booth, you have to pack up and leave the con, or you're not allowed to be at the con anymore. So I'm always very mindful that I don't accidentally put the place where I'm at in trouble. I don't want to get anybody in trouble in case it's a fire hazard or anything. So thank you for being so understanding, moving along when we tell you to, and even sometimes, right, like when I was walking around the con floor, people would come up to me to sign something, which I love doing, but then we kind of start having like a little bit of a congregation, and my security is like, no, we can't do this, because right now security is looking at him being like, you need to get these people out or we're coming. So thank you for understanding if sometimes I couldn't sign stuff as I'm walking at things or as I'm going places. You all were wonderful. Now. Me? What were my plans at Anime Expo? Offkai. So Thursday, pretty cool, pretty chill. Thursday night, also, I am not drinking, I think, until the end of August, just because I've gained a little bit of weight. Everybody's beautiful in their own body, but for me, I've gained a little bit of weight on my frame, and it's getting harder to get myself back to working out, to get myself back into rock climbing and running. So I think one of the best ways for me is just to cut out drinking for a little bit. It's easier for me to drink 0 glasses of alcohol than it is for me to drink 1. I thought you looked fine. Thank you. It's more so for energy levels. I'm at an age where having 1 glass of wine could give me a hangover the next day, unfortunately. Maybe 2, maybe not 1. So also, because this convention, I had to talk to a lot of people. Another thing I want to say with alcohol, unfortunately, I notice if I don't drink at a con, it's much harder for me to get sick. So if y'all remember that time I had like the 1 month sickness, that happened because me, Junie, Nyani, and her roommates went out and I drank a ton. And I got sick. So I think me not drinking when I'm meeting so many people and I'm sleeping so little and I'm eating so little really helps with not getting sick. That and maybe, the face mask. So. Where were we? It's one less thing to stress my already old woman body. So I get it. Now, Thursday night, I have just a few good stories for you. Thursday night was a little party at Oshi Bar, I think the place was. It was the same event where they had the big concert the next day. Not Mint's big concert, but another big concert. And I do have one really funny story from here. Basically, I got to talk to a lot of people. I got to say hi to a lot of people. It was all nice and good. I met Pia, who... for some reason, okay, so I was wearing heels and I was very tall. And it was a loud venue. And Pia is very short, by the way. So, spoiler alert. And for some reason, she kind of has a similar rasp in her voice that sometimes Barry has. Please don't cancel me for this. But I meet Pia and I give her a hug. And the first thing I say is I go, I thought you were Korean. And then Barry turns around and I'm like, oh. Completely sober, by the way. That's the worst part. And then Barry turns around and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. Oh, I should have, champs, I should have been like, sorry, girls, I'm so drunk. But I haven't drank a single drop of alcohol. I literally gave Pia a hug and I was like, I thought you were Korean. What the hell? So that is my funny story for Thursday night. Completely sober. And the funniest part is then Barry turns around and I'm like, oh shit. Oh, I'm in danger. Like, Auntie gets canceled. But no, obviously we talked about it. And my explanation before I get fully canceled on the internet is that it was very loud. I was wearing heels, so I was extra tall. And when Pia spoke, the rasp in her voice made her sound like Barry, the bug. And me potentially having some kind of ism, I said, I don't know. It came out of me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, Mint also called me out on something a few days later, where basically this is kind of unrelated, but this is like, I'm only, you know, I'm only a certain age, but I'm already doing accidental like grandparent stuff where it's like, Matara, you gotta be more progressive. What's going on? So I was basically, I'll tell this a little bit more in the future, but basically at one point, when I came up to Mint at the end of the convention, I was like, actually, I have a solution. I said that I have an idea on how she can make things better. Because I basically came up to Steiner and I was like, look, Steiner, you're the man, you're killing it, but you need an assistant. Because what do you mean the girls are thirsty? What do you mean the girls are hungry? You're doing a great job and you're doing all this, but like you need somebody to be giving the girls a coffee, a croissant, water, something like that. Like you can't do it. Like you're amazing and you work so hard, but you can't do this. So my solution was, hey, I think you girls should like take a look at your friends or like people in the industry and maybe do something like, hey, we're going to book one hotel, 2 beds. One person takes the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift and one person takes the 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. shift. So basically, you know, somebody would get like the hotel paid, a little bit of money per day, and they would just have to be the girls' assistant. The 3 girls giving them water, tea, whatever they need. If they need anything, they're missing pencils, whatever. And then I said, well, you know, like if you hire a girl, you'd have to like, it would have to be like girl in each bed and then like boy in each bed. Like you couldn't have like a girl and a boy in each bed. And then Min goes, why not? And I say, because they could kiss. And then, you know, there could be like drama. And Min goes, Matara, it's 2026. Women can kiss too. And I was like, Min, I'm so sorry. And I said this in front of Vicky as well. So Vicky's first impression of me is being like, girls don't kiss, boys don't kiss, only girl and boy kiss. But you have to understand, it's the last night of the con. I am exhausted. And also, as unfortunately a straight person, I often see my life, like I see in the world my life, right? So in my head, I'm like, oh, when I was younger, you always roomed girls with girls, boys with boys, because kissing. But like, no, it's so true. Everybody can kiss. Hello? But I didn't mean to do it. I was so, but Mint was like, Matara, what? She's like, Matara, it's 2026. Get woke. So I really apologize to my girl kissers, to my boy kissers. I really, really apologize. I was honestly in just business mata mode and I completely slipped my mind. It's yeah. So I think those are the only 2 like unwoke things that I did this weekend, was telling a white woman that I thought she was Korean and telling Vicky and Mint that, you know, you can't have a boy and a girl in a hotel room together because they might kiss. But you know, if it's 2 girls, it's okay. But it's just back in my day. Sorry, Pia is green. Oh my God, I'm literally going to get myself in trouble. It's just back in my day when we'd go to conventions, people had very strict rules. Like, even if you were like boys and girls sharing a hotel, you'd have the boys in one bed, the girls in another. It was a different thing. And yeah, I love, and she definitely, it was really funny. Okay, back to Thursday night. And then I had to go to the most important event. My whole convention, there was one place I had to go and one place only. There was one place that was calling my heart that I had to go to. One place and one place only. No other place compared to the goodness of this one place. It's okay. I grew up with the only girls' room with girls, only boys' room with boys. And as somebody who would kiss anybody, it was always fun no matter what. There we go. There we go. So I told my whole team and I told everybody, look, I only have one goal in my mind. I have to make it to the cigarette meetup. I don't care. I have to make it to the cigarette meetup, which I have to say, Momo's, my poor security guard, when I told him, he was like, Matara, we are about to go to ParkCon with everybody there. It's going to be so crazy. And I was like, no, no, no. If people are not cool, we'll leave. Well, don't worry. And luckily, I have to say to like the 8 or 10 Momos that were at that meetup, okay? The 8 to 10 Momos who were at this meetup, may I please congratulate you. So number one, I show up to this meetup. I find the Momos. You know what they're doing? They're all smoking cigars. They're all out there smoking cigars. So first of all, you're super cool. There's also this meme from that 70s show where Kitty goes, when I open my eyes, I better have Kitty cigarette. She's like, when I open my eyes. All right, please don't demonetize that show. So that is basically what happened to me. Where the moment I showed up to this meet and greet, I was like, Momos, I don't have so I still didn't have my Japanese mentals on me because my lawyer had them and he hadn't given them to me yet. Okay. So I was like, Momos, I've had a long day. Things are fine. I just need mentals. I just need mental cigarettes. A minute later, I have a coffee flavored mental in one hand. I have a soda flavored mental in another hand. And then somebody hands me a pack of Melvius soda flavored mentals. I literally felt like Kitty in that clip. I did not get any Chinese cigarette. No, but it was wonderful. Momos, you were great. I have to say, not to scare you all, but my security guard has all of you guys in his mind on file. Because one thing I told him was like, hey, don't worry. If things get weird, you just tap me on the shoulder. We leave. Don't worry. Okay. Like if it's weird. And he said that when he showed up with me and he kind of saw that it was you guys, he was like, okay, it's you guys. It's fine. It's cool. So you all passed the vibe check more than well enough. Okay. So I have to say it was awesome. I did say that I was going to smoke 3 to 4 cigarettes max. I smoked 4 and then I left. I smoked 4 and then I left. So this was perfect. I got my ribbon. I kept telling the organizer, thank you for your service, which is a thing that you do in the States when people have been in the army. You say, thank you for your service. But for me, the service was, thank you for starting the cigarette meetup. It was amazing. It was the best time ever. I'm so happy. Okay. I'm so happy. This was my highlight. My highlight. I would have smoked a cigar, but cigars really hurt my throat. When did I start smoking cigarettes? So, full disclaimer, when I was much younger, we had a girl in my okay, this is a full story. I think I can say her name because her name started with an S. So, there was a girl in my class when I was much younger who was 3 years older than me because she came from Afghanistan and she actually had like a little bit of a learning disability, but because of that, she was just 3 years older than everybody else in my class, right? But she was really, really cool. She was awesome. And again, for me, it was like, oh my God, like she's 3 years older than me. We're in the same class. She's so cool, you know? Can you tell Spiders to smoke cigars with us next time? Spiders, do whatever you feel is right. Don't let these momos bully you into smoking or drinking, okay? Don't let these momos bully you into smoking or drinking. Got that? Okay. So, this girl S was 3 years older than me in my class. And then I think when we had like gotten into high school, she had moved into the building where my dad was living. So it was a big apartment building. So a lot of times, also, I think one of the reasons that we became closer friends was it was very easy for my dad to let me with her because she was 3 years older than me. And it was easy to say, hey, I'm going to her apartment because it was in the same building. I wouldn't even go outside. Well, wouldn't you know, she had a hookah at her apartment, and her mom and older sister actually had me try hookah. So my first time trying hookah, I must have been about maybe 13. And I really liked it. I really liked it, which was funny because my dad smoked cigarettes and I hated the smell, hated cigarettes, hate everything about it, still do. But they had me smoke hookah and I really, really liked it. And then I think probably around like maybe 2-3 years later, I would go to grab hookah and I wouldn't get carded. So if I just, but I still don't like regular cigarettes. I never like regular cigarettes. I don't love regular cigarettes. I don't like to vape either. I don't like to vape or to Juul or anything like that. But I do like a nice hookah. And menthol cigarettes used to be a thing when I was much, much, much younger. But even then, I never smoked menthol cigarettes because I always smoked hookah. Got hooked on the shisha, exactly. And now, again, I'm a grown adult, right? I'm a grown adult woman. So what if my lawyer brought me a few packs of menthol cigarettes from Japan? I'll take my time smoking them, whatever. Especially I'm not drinking right now. I don't do drugs. I don't know. There's definitely stuff where it's like, I understand wanting to police people and wanting to police their health and stuff like that. I get it. But there's a lot of stuff that, I recycle. I try to eat clean, all that stuff. Let me have a menthol cigarette. Gosh darn it. So yeah, that is kind of how spinning is your drug, is it? Show me your spins. Show me your spins. Okay, one moment. Let me pee and then I continue talking about this. Hold on. Sorry. Big pee time. Yeah, ParkCon was your yearly cigarette. Did you do one cigarette a day or one cigarette total? Menthol. How do you say menthol? Menthol. Oh, is it menthol? Is that it? Menthol. Kind of like thrall. Menthol. What am I saying? Menthol. Menthol. Oh, I got to hold it. Menthol. A menthol cigarette. She's mental. Menthol cigarettes. All right, I'll 1 second. Actually, wait 1 second. I'm back and I even washed my hands. Okay. So then I had my few cigarettes and then I went back to bed because guess what? Next day, the convention begins. All right. Next day, hold on. Let me find. The convention begins, and this is just a little example of what my stuff looked like. So it begins. It begins, and we start with the Setsuna booth meet and greet, which is the story that I told y'all that I accidentally thought that the meet and greet began at 10:30. So when 10:30 hits and the hall fills up with ton of people. And I'm not seeing people in my meet and greet line. I'm like, oh no, they all hate me. All of these people hate me. I'm never going to get everything. I'm never going to find anything. But then no, basically line fills up. It was great. At a certain point, hi Idol, it was good to talk to you. At a certain point, people would come, buy something at Setsuna booth, get into my line, go from my line into the Setsuna booth line. It was awesome. It was a really, really good time. I got to meet a lot of you. I got to take some really nice photos. I think during this time is also when I had seen some of the cosplayers. I took a few photos. Hold on. I took a few photos. Oh my God. I mean, Big Momo. Look at Big Momo. That makes me so happy. Oh, this was the next day. Sorry. I think I took this photo that same day as well of the Matara cosplayer. There was just some great photos. There was great photos, great everything. It was really, really fun and good times. Meanwhile, us outside, we're too late for the Matara meet and greet. No, I'm sorry. Merci, Wilfric. So then, one thing I'm getting better at is asking for help. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I knew that you guys were doing a meet and greet. And I knew that you guys were trying to not invite me. I knew that you guys were trying to not invite me to the meet and greet. And y'all were like, oh. So I also knew that I wanted to bring pizza to the meet and greet. And my dumb self thought, oh, I'm going to finish my meet and greet, go buy pizza, show up to the meet and greet. No. So morning of, I messaged Rombly and I'm like, hey, I need a solid. Can I send you money to buy? All my cigarettes have caught up to me. Can I send you money to buy pizzas? One thing I will do in the future, if I were to buy pizzas, I think I should have bought water as well because I got so dehydrated. So big thank you to Rombly and to all the Momos who not only organized the meetup, but then also went and bought the pizzas that I asked them for. One thing, please, next time, remember, even for me, if we do a meet and greet outside, I need to buy some water or some Gatorade or something because at some point when I was doing meet and greets, I was dehydrated. Now, do I still have any artists here? Do I still have any artists? Do I still have any anybody who booths at conventions? Because I kind of need their take on this. So I had ordered. So the way with these hag hats, what happened is I paid the cost per hat and I ordered 500 of those to the convention because that's kind of the amount that I could do that made sense financially, et cetera, et cetera. But the problem is if you have never boothed at a con, 500 of any item is a gigantic amount to bring to a convention. 500 cigarettes. 500 of any item is a lot. I mean, Dusko with her charm of Mint and Matara made 75, right? And that's a lot. So 500 hats is a ton. And I, number one, did not want to bring 500 hats home, okay? So I also wanted to give a gift to the Momos because I got a friend of mine met you and got a picture with you, and it's funny. I know you don't say that you're tall, but it's weird to see how tall you actually are. You seem like you're 8 feet tall and everyone's so short. Ellie, thank you for the super. Thank you. Okay, so real talk. I don't think I'm tall. I think if we talk about tall woman, it should start at like 5'11" or at least 6 foot. I'm just 5'9" woman. But apparently that's tall in VTubing. Thank you, Ellie, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. So I told my agent, I was like, hey, listen, I feel like I've been meeting so many Momos and they have been telling me, Matara, I'm so happy I got to meet you. I'm really excited. I just got the merch. I'm going to be eating ice soup. I'm going to be eating, spaghetti and ketchup. I am going to be saving my pennies. So I was like, okay, I want to give the people something really, really fun. So we planned to give, I think, about 50 Hags hats at the meetup because I think the meetup, Romley had told me it was about 50 people. Then it ended up being about 60 people. I figured some people wouldn't show up. In the end, we ended up giving, I think, something like 80 hats at the meetup, which to me, it's really funny, but I get this a lot from everybody I work with, which is like, hey, if you keep giving stuff for free, no one's going to buy stuff. And I agree. It's true. If I keep giving the Hags hat away, nobody's going to buy it. But it was just that one convention. I ordered too many. I kind of realized like how many I actually ordered by accident. For anybody that's ever been at a con, 500 of an item is too much. Too much. Like the 500 hats is too much. So why did the hats, I was told Saturday, were sold out? Which is crazy. It is crazy. That's so many lies. I bought your sunshade after you gave me a hat. Yeah, that makes me so happy. So thank you for getting these hats. I will say though, my agent did say apparently they found like 24 more because they like had a little box. I even have the hold on. My agent was like, oh my God, okay, we actually thought they sold out, but they had like 24 more that they found. But it was for all that I know, the hat I was told sold out. Hold on, let me find this. Where is it? Is it in here? I don't know which of my chat rooms it's in. My many chat rooms. Where is it? 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 Mint and Matara. Mint and Matara merch. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I have so many things. Sorry, I have so many things. I'm looking where it could be. Just Source, trust me on this, okay? Source, trust me. They told me it sold out, but then I think this morning, my agent was like, actually, I'm so sorry. There was 24 hats left in a box that they found when they were, no, not in a day. It wasn't 500 Zergling. It was 500 minus 80, so that's 420. I think we probably took a few, me and my agent, so maybe like 410, and then minus 24, 3 something. But it was, I think around Saturday, they said that there was no more hats. So accidentally, and I guess like, I just want to stop and think about it. Accidentally, me giving, so what was supposed to be me giving hats for free, and me being told, hey, Matara, just so you know, if you give out 50 hats for free, which ended up being 80, nobody's going to buy the hats because everyone would get them for free. But strangely enough, people having the hats then made people buy other things or made other people buy the hats. So somehow, somehow my generosity only got rewarded. Thank you, everybody. But it wasn't a marketing strat. Oh my God, now this is going to get turned into, aha, she purposely had Rombley organize the Momo meetup. Ba 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 ba. Known as a loss leader. Okay, Atrioc. I see you. You've been watching some big A. So thank you. Thank you that it kind of worked out. I absolutely, to me, like I said, I even told Rombley, I really just wanted to give people a gift. I wanted to say thank you for those of you who came by. You need a conspiracy hat merch. I really do. Thank you for the raid, Suki. So, and to be very clear, this was Rombley Mo's event. This was something that Rombley Mo organized. I crashed it. I crashed my own meet and greet because I figured I would be there. So I crashed my own meet and greet, and I went there to give some keychains and to give some sticker sheets and to give some hats. I crashed my own event. I did the same thing. So I had some Momo headbands that I gave to everybody that came to the Maid Cafe. The reason for it is I had a bunch of these headbands from Vishojo, and I don't want to get into the details, but there are certain things that if I were to sell, it could be a little bit iffy. So I would just rather give them away. Okay. I hope you understand. I'm so sorry in the past if you had bought a headband before. I think we're selling them for like $10. So if you had, I deeply apologize. But I did give some of those, there's just a few things that unfortunately, depending on who did the merch and stuff like that, yeah. But hey, I want to say a huge thank you to not just Romley Mo, but so many of the Momo. By the way, Momos, I have something to talk to you about. This is really important. I heard some stories from the Joomfies, okay? So thank you so much for organizing this. Thank you so much for, ordering the cake. I don't know if, yeah, oh my God, the cake. We were eating our own Momo with the cake. We were doing our stuff. I had a great time. I'm not gonna lie, something really silly happened at this meetup. So, two things. We had pizza, we had cake. So, Romley was cutting the cake and I was giving it away. I also made Alana like bend over and I would sign stuff on Alana's back. Chuye, it was really good. And again, in the future, Momos, if you would like to participate in these things, just join the Discord. We have a public Discord, and a lot of Momos talk about it here. Even if you're not in the Discord, they'll talk about it. They'll organize stuff. Just talk to them. Talk to the Momos about this kind of stuff. So I really, really appreciate having this like mature, older audience that organizes stuff. I've heard that you guys adopted a lot of the younger Momos, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, James. So this is where my James story comes in. This is where my James story comes in, by the way. Thank you, by the way, for cleaning up the trash as well. I really, really appreciate that. So when I met James at TwitchCon, I thought when he said my daughter, I thought she was like 8. So I show up and I see this woman, this pretty young woman sitting by the pizza boxes. And I remember being like, wow, pretty girl. And then we start doing everything. And James is like, by the way, this is my daughter. And I had what is an aneurysm. I thought, and I told him too, and I told her, I said, I thought she was 8. What do you mean she's 20? You're 20? No, I didn't. Don't worry about it, Niwa. We're all respectful. But I genuinely thought she would be a little baby, but instead she's a grown woman paying her taxes. How old is he? James is 42, right? That's what you told us? She does not get her looks from me. I mean, hey, we all fall in love with a beautiful woman sometime. Of course, Azuma. I'm glad you had a good Offkai. How big was your haul? Be honest. So we had a really great time. I really want all the Momos to just stop and say a big thank you. Thank you for cleaning up the garbage. Thank you for being respectful. Thank you for having and cutting the most delicious cake. Thank you for eating pizza. For the pizza, the reason I did the pizza is because I know that a lot of people forget to eat. So I thought to myself, it would be really nice to just have a little slice. Have a little slice of pizza for everybody. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of pizza. So that way, if you came to the meetup, you took time out of your day to come to the meetup that you didn't even know I was going to be at. Surprise. It was just a meetup for all of you, that you could have a little bit of pizza. And next time, I'll make sure to do a little bit of water as well. Phantom Knot, thanks for stopping by. I'm stealing your tweet. I'm showing it to everybody. Pizza did end up being my dinner that night. That makes me happy. What kind of cake was it? Romley? I think it was chocolate and vanilla, right? So I have a confession. My meet and greets, right? So my meet and greets were, I had a Setsune booth meet and greet that morning. Saturday, I had a Gamer Subs meet and greet. I also had the Maid Lottery meet and greet. Sunday, I had the Maid Lottery meet and greet. And I added a Senpai Squad meet and greet. At a certain point, when we're sitting down and I think I'm eating the pizza and things like that, I look over to the side and there's people lining up. And I look at my security and I say, why are they lining up? Like, I genuinely, please don't think I'm dumb. I genuinely was sitting there eating pizza, already tired, even though it's half day. And I'm like, why are they lining up? What are they lining up for? Like, I already gave them cake. I'm eating pizza. The pizza's over there. Claymore, thank you so much for the tier 3. I really appreciate it. And then my security says they're lining up for you. And then it kind of hits on me that, yeah, I guess if I crash the meet and greet, it's not enough that I help distribute the cake and give pizza and stickers and hats. I also gotta meet them. Like, people came out of their way. I swear to God, I was just so happy eating my little cake and my little pizza. I honestly was just so happy eating my little pizza and my cake, and I guess I just assumed you'd all be happy as well, but and yeah, I swear to you, it took me. The worst part is, I think at the start, I was just eating my pizza looking at the line because it hadn't dawned on me that, yeah, you guys were, I thought you guys were going to meet and greet and talk to each other. But I just sat like right here, the bench behind me. I just sat there looking at you guys like, what are you guys waiting? Like, I was like, are they lining up for cake? Are they? I was confused. I was confused. I'm sorry. But then I ate my little pizza and everybody says, okay, Matara, uh, I think that's when it kind of locked in like, oh, wait, they're here to meet me. So yeah, I got up, started talking to everybody, started hugging everybody, started signing stuff. I think genuinely my longest meet and greet line, they were all long, but this line just kept getting bigger because people would pass by and be like, oh, like I would get photos from people saying, oh, I didn't realize you were in this big lineup. So I think the line was just growing and growing and growing and growing. So eventually it got to a point where I had to run away. Hold on, let me see if you can. Oh, might have. Yeah, so people would send me photos being like, oh, look, I'm seeing the Momo meetup. I think at the end of it, though, I had to tell somebody, I was like, I need water immediately. I was so, first of all, the pizza, right? Delicious, but salty. The cake, delicious, but sweet. I literally right before that, figuratively, had a meet and greet. Then right after that, I was greeting everybody. I think I genuinely, after this, had the highest dehydration moment of my life. I really need to be a little bit more careful. Thankfully, I was wearing a hat, so I wasn't going to get the sun. Get it? Like, I wasn't going to get the sun damage or whatever it is. But yeah, that was definitely a big thing. That was definitely a big thing. So once again, Momos, thank you so much. And can I just say, right? We were all outside. There was a lot of you there. You all were really excited. And not any one of you did anything to make me or anybody else feel uncomfortable. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Shady Dreamer. That means a lot. Thank you. Loki, I was very impressed with how well organized. I'm a newer Momo fan, and Loki, I thought a lot of people were like part of your team. Finding out a lot of you were just fat, I'm impressed. Yay! Thank you, Mother Cryptid. Yeah, I'd like to think, I cannot take any credit. This is absolutely my Momos being so well organized. Maybe the Momos, wait, stop. Momos, are you fattening me up to eat me? Are you feeding me cake so I can get pleasantly plump, thinking delicious? Are you trying to eat me? No! Okay, next time, let's do pizza again. This was Friday. You know what it is too? I think it's also we have a lot of folks organizing stuff because we do have an older audience. But I really, really appreciate you guys doing that. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. You guys have been doing room parties and things like that. And I'm just so happy to be there. Thank you for doing these. I want to be honest. I think it is great that I attended. But I do also wish you guys had socialized. So a little part of me is like, oh man, because I attended, you guys didn't socialize. But I'm jumping timelines a little bit. Apparently, you guys were socializing because, may I tell you, I think it was Saturday or Sunday morning, I'm meeting Joomfies. And these Joomfies, so Juniper has a much younger audience, but they're also like very engaged. They're very fun. They're very, very great. Like a lot of them will come to my meet and greet as well. I recognized a lot of them. And okay, so get this. I think it was Saturday morning. Joomfies come up to me with the most whimsy in their eyes, with awe in their eyes, saying, Matara, the Momos invited us to a party.
It was a penthouse. They had alcohol. They had food. They had.
Because a lot of Juniper's audience, I think, are like 25 and under. So for them to go to a party with like a bunch of 40-year-olds that like have booze, have snacks, early bedtime, these children, sorry for my language, were like, wow, oh my God, it was crazy. I can't believe you guys are showing. You guys are like the cool older cousins for a bunch of these younger con goers. I just need you guys to realize the amount of Joomfies that came up to me being like, oh my God, Matara. It was awesome. It was a penthouse and they had alcohol and like I could just keep getting drinks and stuff. Thank you for sharing your grown, as Giga likes to say, the momos are very employed. The momos are extremely employed. I'm sorry, Timmy, but that's exactly what they called you all to my face. And then they called me old to my face as well. Toasty Vines, thank you for the 33. Did we get tattled on? Yeah, you did, gamer. Yeah, you did. But it was fun. So I don't know what kind of stuff you're doing at these parties, but hey, as long as it's good and clean and as long as we don't get into the news for like something crazy, keep doing what you're doing, all right? Keep doing what you're doing. As long as you're being good and as long as you're being polite, that's what it means to. I was talking to a random con goer in line at a booth and she hit me with that. I don't have time to watch streams, too employed. Something like that. Something like that. Damn, I didn't know about the Momo party. You just gotta, what you have to do is you gotta adopt a Momo. You gotta find a Momo and make that your designated Momo, you know? That's what you gotta do. We have an absurd number of cocktails. Yeah, you do. You really freaking do. Yeah, please no, like, I don't know if we can even joke about it, but I will read that because it is on the YouTube. Matara Diddy party. Please, none of that. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny if, like, you know, at first I'm like, oh my God, the Momo hotel room party, the Momo hotel room party. And then like in a year, it happens. And then the cops investigate me for seeing my involvement, right? For seeing my involvement. They're like, well, the Momos are your fan base, so you must be the one. I'm like, no. I did get party complaints from my Yuki that I didn't have enough women. Okay. I will tell you this, Romley. It is a Yuki's responsibility as a woman to bring the women, okay? Let me be clear. Most women have a lot of women friends. Most men, you probably don't have a lot of women friends. Let's be honest. Especially if you're married, chances are your wife keeps you on a tight leash, doesn't let you have a lot of female friends. The girl kisser herself knows so many girls. She should have brought the girls, okay? That is on her. Ayuki, that is a complaint that she needs to be, you know. Yes, if your designated Momo gets eaten, you get eaten. Exactly. What's up, Sayo? How are you? Good thing I don't have a wife. Do you have any girlfriends? Friends who are girls? You're bringing the girl kissers? There we go. Y'all, invite Julie next time. She's bringing all the girls. They're going to kiss each other, but she's bringing all the girls. So I think after this meet and greet, even though it was really, really fun and it was just great time, great everything, I had to go. I had to rest. I will say, I think before the concert, if I remember correctly, oh no, it was Thursday. I think it was Thursday night. We went for food with my agent and a bunch of people. But Friday night, I have to say, the cheeky guys took my team out for dinner, and I felt really silly because I was like, oh, before they got there, I told my agent, I was like, oh, well, we kind of planned this as like a friend dinner. I didn't realize, you know, and I said, I should try to pay, right? My agent's like, no, don't. I was going to pay anyway. And then they paid for us. And I was like, oh, wow. The cheeky team took my team out for dinner. So, Momos, please do me a favor. If you were going to be getting something from Cheeky, please consider using code MATA. They have deodorants. Actually, they gave you little sample deodorants at my meet and greet. They were very nice. They have a ton of soaps that you can get, a ton of them, including, look at this lovely Giga flavor. Don't eat them. They got a bunch of cool stuff. They've got a bunch of great things. Consider grabbing some. Consider grabbing some. They are very tasty. They are going to be doing more stuff. No spoiler. But please consider getting a few soaps from them just because they took us to a really... I'll be honest, I didn't think they were going to pay, so I ordered quite a bit. And then we have to date a Cheeky employee. All the Cheeky employees I know are like married or in relationships. But I don't know. But yeah, please consider it. Please consider checking out their stuff. Please consider grabbing their things as a big thank you. They did take Big Matara and her team out to dinner, which was very, very, very nice to them. Now, has anybody here ever been to a K-pop concert, to a J-pop concert, to an idol concert, to an anything? Because I thought that this photo was a very normal photo that you take when you go to a concert, right? So usually I've been to concerts before. My friends have been to concerts. If you bring gifts, yes, Lively, they really are. And you can even talk to Teak. Teak has sensitive skin and she uses it. I also use it. So basically I brought flowers. I brought flowers for the girls. I wanted to bring them flowers in their colors, right? So I went to this flower shop the day before and I got them flowers. I thought it was very obvious that this is not Densetsu. It was just me and my friends holding flowers in front of the show. I feel really, really bad that some people mistook it as Densetsu, but also, you thought it was them? Okay, well, my apology. I wasn't doing this for the clickbait. In the past, when I went to concerts, I would have taken the photos this way. We just happened to have 3 girls and it happened to be 3 flowers. Sorry. But I know in the comments, people were like, oh, she's wearing a toe ring. What's with her toe? People were like, oh, the boo shirt. I don't know. But for anybody wondering, this is me on the left. I have a knee injury from riding my scooter. This is my agent, Ray. You've seen her around the con. Actually, I have a funny story about Ray. Junie told me this story. So Junie was getting ready for her meet and greet. And somebody saw Ray, who is my agent and Junie's agent. And somebody said, oh my God, that's Matara. The hot blonde is Matara. Because Ray, that's her agent. Because that girl over there is her agent. The hot blonde was Junie. The hot blonde was Junie. So, y'all, I'm just old redhead, okay? Hot blonde was Junie. But, and this over here is my friend Alex or Alexandria. She is the COO of V-Card. So pretty much every single V-Card art piece has gone through her hands. And she also, if you saw mataracon.shop, she designed, it was so funny at the meet and greet. I was like, hey guys, she designed the hat. And you just saw Alex look at all of us and just kind of wave. She had no idea what I was saying. She had no idea what I was saying because she couldn't hear me yell. And then everybody started yelling at her and she was just waving, eating pizza. She was so confused. So she designed, to be very clear, there's a difference between doing the art. The art for this shirt was done by Madzilla, but she did like the design on it. So she kind of like moved things around. She did things the way they are. It's a little bit different, right? But she is the product designer on these and this Matara concert and all that. So we went to this concert. It was such a good time. It was a phenomenal time. Unfortunately, we were in the backstage, so it wasn't as like nice as it would have been in the front. But I got to hang out with Ashton. I got to hang out with Beasties. I got to hang out with the girls. I got to see Ayami Mama. Ayami Mama. And it was just really good. It was really good. I think I teared up. So, I do have a silly story for when I brought the girls the flowers. So when we first got there, Steiner was taking me upstairs to their dressing room to give them the flowers. And when I showed up, Phoebe was getting her bangs kind of like straightened or curled by Mint, and Vicky was sitting on the couch with Demon Dice. And I kind of started telling them the story of why I got them flowers, or et cetera, et cetera. And as I'm telling them, I feel like I'm always going to support you girls. This was always Mint's dream, but now that I know more about you two, I didn't realize how much this was also always your dream, blah, 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 blah. And as I'm kind of like just regurgitating random text at these girls, I look at Mint. Mint looks like the emoji that's about to cry. I'll show you. Mint looks like this emoji right here. Mint is looking at me, and she's actually the closest to me because she is doing Phoebe's hair. She's looking at me like this. So I look away from her because if I keep looking at her, it's going to make me cry. She looks like that emoji. She's like, she has like half tears in her eyes looking at me, lip quiver. I'm like, oh, I can't look at her. I can't look at her. It's going to make me cry. So I look back away and I look at Vicky. I give her the flowers. I look at Phoebe. I give her the flowers. I give them hugs. And then I'm looking at Mint, and I'm like, I can't look at Mint. I can't look at Mint. It's going to make me cry. Then we go downstairs. I think I almost cried so many times. I definitely was at the end of the night, I had what is it called? A bunch of mascara around my eyes just from rubbing it. I didn't realize, I mean, obviously I knew that being an idol was Mint's dream, and I knew how much being in a group is important to her. But I also then, the more I found out about Phoebe and Vicky, I realized that it's also been a really long dream for them. And I even talked to Vicky, I think the last night, and I told her that I'm going to talk about her story a little bit more. Not, anything inappropriate, but basically, I think sometimes we feel that if we got an opportunity, like let's say there's an audition and you didn't nail the audition, or let's say there's an opportunity for something and you didn't get it. A lot of people will give up or think that's it, I'm never going to do it. But she was resilient and she kept doing it and she kept going, and now look at her. So it sucks, obviously, not to get something that you really want. It sucks not to get an opportunity or a thing but it's also just keep going. Just keep going. I love you, Kura. I love you. Thank you for wearing the maid outfit the next day. Thank you for wearing the maid outfit the next day. It means so much to me. Also, I just remembered something. So I had gotten Mint a little bonus gift. Just because I've known her for a long time. It was a perfume. It was a perfume that I had used when I was with her and Nimi, and she really liked it. So I got her a box of it. And I actually saw her in the hotel without the flowers, but when I was kind of coming back, I think Thursday night, I saw Mint in the hotel and I pointed at her and I just started walking towards her menacingly. But the thing is, I was walking from the front door, so she couldn't see who I was because I just kept approaching her and I had lights behind me. So she just, I don't know, I guess Mint was like, I guess I'm going to die. She just stood there and I gave her a hug and she goes, as soon as you hugged me and I felt your boobs, I was like, I know who this is. But she just accepted it. She didn't know who it was approaching her alarmingly fast. It literally was a horror movie moment. And she just stood there. Also, Phoebe, hello. You were lovely. Y'all, if you don't follow Phoebe, she streams on YouTube and Twitch, but she's in my Twitch right now. If we can do a shout out for her, please give her a follow. You are wonderful. I had such a great time at your concert. I can't wait to go see you at Skyline Serenade. I can't wait. I'm not going to lie. They have so many more performers. A part of me is like, man, am I going to get flowers for everybody? Ugh. Maybe I just do one big flower. Maybe I do one big flower. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Phoebe, it was lovely to see you. I don't know if you remember in the dressing room, I don't know if you could see Mint's face because you were looking at me while I was talking, But then every time I would look at Mint, she was tearing up, which was making me tear up. So I have to like keep looking away from her. Mm. But yeah, Mint, I'm telling y'all, like Mint was standing on the side of the hotel. I walk in through the front doors. I point at her and I just start walking towards her kind of fast. She doesn't move at all. She just stands there with her suitcase. And then I grab the back of her head and just hug her into my body. And then she goes, oh, okay, it's Matar. But she just accepts it. She just like was letting it happen. She was just letting it happen. I think it's because I walked towards her confidently. I don't know. But I'll be honest too, she didn't look freaked out. She didn't look freaked out either. She just stood there. And then after, she was like, okay, once I felt your breasts, I knew it was you. And then she gave me the hug and everything. But that is so funny. That is so funny. Later, she's like, I didn't know it was you because I couldn't see you because of the light behind you from the door. And you didn't say anything. You know, I didn't want to scream. I didn't want to scream, Mint! Mint Phantom, my stinky girl. But that was really funny. That was really silly. She just stood there. She just stood there. Okay, one thing I do want to say. So concert was great. I was in the back. So it was a little bit harder to hear things, but it was still really, really fun. And it was just so incredible to see the girls perform. It was amazing, incredible. Like, I got to see Demon Dice perform too, right? She was like sitting in the backstage and then she gets up and she goes into the front to perform. Same thing with Phoebe. It was wonderful. It was just such a great experience. Now, something that I think Oshi Spark is doing really, 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 really well is at Legends Anew, they already had advertisements for Skyline Serenade. Same thing when you came to the Mate Cafe, they had Densetsu merch from Legends Anew, and they were already advertising for Skyline Serenade. So I thought that was really, really cool, and I really, really enjoyed that. Now, of course, Momo, come to Skyline Serenade or Big Minto gets it. I only have a small part in the concert. Let's be very mindful. I only have a very small part in the concert. But please come. It'll be very good. I do know a little bit of what Nimi and Mint have in store. Not too much, obviously. I do know a little bit of what Mint and Nimi have in store, and it is incredible. If you all saw Legends Anew and you have seen Mint and Phoebe perform, you should know that it would be incredible what they have in store. I'm sure if you've ever seen Kiki perform, you know what she has in store is going to be amazing. So please, please, please consider heading out to it. I'm excited to see it myself. It's going to be a pretty big deal, I think. And I know Kira and all the Oshi Spark team have been working really, really hard on this. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I rushed at the end of the night to take this photo. You can see my little slippers here. I couldn't leave the venue without. This is, by the way, where I stole the gun from Steiner. This is where I was like, I'm going to steal the gun from Steiner. It is now my gun, completely my gun, stealing it. It's my gun. I want it now. I'm stealing it. I'm doing it. It's my gun now. Where else? I mean, I did ask him. I said, and I quote, Steiner, can I steal your gun? I've told you guys before, Mint has this thing out for me where she's like, Matara is this crazy psychopath, extroverted person that bullies people. But I said, hold on, let me show you the photo again. All right, let me show you the photo again. You know, I basically came up to a sweet wisp in line who had their own medium Minto in a baby kind of harness. And I said, hey, by the way, could I, no, that's not what I said. I came up to the wisp having this and I said, hey, I'm so sorry. Where did you get it? by the way. Where did you get it? Did you get it on Amazon? Could you show me the link? Is it comfortable? I started asking questions. And the wisp said, do you want to try it on? Do you want to just try it on and tell me how, like, just... I heard the story that you demanded a man take off his clothes and his baby carrier. Yeah. I basically pointed my gun and said, drop the baby, hand over the bag. I'm putting my baby in the bag. It's my right as somebody living in the United States of America to fist fight you to get rid of your baby harness. So yeah, basically that's what I did, right? They let me borrow their baby carriage. I put my own baby. I threw their baby on the floor, put my own baby into it. But these are the kind of stories that Mint then, when she hears them, she's like, that is so extroverted. You're terrorizing people. I'm not terrorizing people. I just said, Steiner, give me the fucking gun or I'm going to blow this whole place up. Give me the fucking gun or I'm going to blow this whole thing up. That's not terrorizing. That's just having a conversation, all right? That's just having a conversation. So yes, I did say, Steiner, can I steal this? And Steiner said, please, Matara, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Please stop punching me, Matara. Please. I have bruises everywhere. Please. And then, yeah. And then I took this lovely photo. And that is how it went. I'm sorry. I just know how to get my way. All right. I'm an only child with really, really strict and stubborn parents. I had to learn how to get my way. All right. Now, I think after, I will say, I think after Densetsu, oh my God, I just realized you can kind of read the name. Uh-oh. Don't read the name. Don't read the name. I will say this. After Densetsu concert, we went back to ParkCon. I had 2 cigarettes and then I went home. Zandra, thank you for the 14 months. So, Gamer Sups was really, really, really nice because big surprise. There was a very special drink at the Gamer Sups booth. Okay. I do have to say, sour rose and lychee is the flavor. The name is somewhere here that's going to be released. And thank you so much, Pinku Sugoi. I need you guys to understand. When I was going, if you remember a few months back, hi, Berry Bug. You're in my things. Oh wait, you can barely see your standee. Barry, it is my flavor, Finn. It is. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. Barry, I told them about the Korean story. Also, Barry, buying you. No. Whoa. Barry. I don't buy you. I asked to have you for free. I asked to get you for free. Hey. In my defense, a lot of momos were at the Satsuna production booth. I did a meet and greet there. I deserve a free Berry Bug standee. Okay? All right? Next time you talk smack, I'm going to eat you. Big bug going to eat small bug. Having had lots of dessert flavored with rose water, your flavors certainly tasted like rose water. It is one of my favorite flavors. Rose and lychee are some of my favorite flavors, not just because they're pink. I just really, really love them. I will admit, I got Big Minto for free. I got Densetsu headband for free as well. And I got the berry standee for free. I also got all the Teru stuff for free. There's a lot of things that I did exchange for. There's a few things that I bought, but Ayami Mama gave me these things for free. Like a few people gave me stuff for free. The gun. I forgot. I got the gun for free. Look, I mean, if the roles were reversed and then Setsu girls needed anything from me, it would be the same thing, right? It would be the same thing. Thank you so much, Teru. I promise you, I owe you. I owe you. Please, everybody, please tell me you bought a lot of Teru's things. Please tell me you bought a lot of Teru things so that she is able to pay her things, okay? All right? So, where were we? Betty, it is so good to see you. I love you very much. It was great to talk to you. We actually got to have convos. I will say, I thought I was the person that tears up very easily. This bitch cries. Berrybug was tearing up at the concert. Then we had a convo one time. Bitch was tearing up, making me tear up. I love you. I am absolutely a waterworks queen. So seeing another me out into the wild felt amazing. It felt so good. It felt so great, Barry. So big thank you to you for being a little waterworks queen. I love it. USNY, I hope I get to meet you one day. So back to story time. Belton, thank you for the 34. Thank you. My God, I love it. So many momos hanging out. Makes me so happy. So Gamer Subs was very, very kind to let people try my flavor. I have a few stories about my flavor ideation. So basically, I flew to Austin, where the Gamer Subs headquarters is, spoiler alert, a little bit ago. And I was ideating on the AFK flavor and this flavor. Because I was like, hey, let's get this stuff started. Let's get this start going. And they were incredible. They were so understanding. And I told them that I said my favorite flavor, and I've talked about it before, you've heard me say it, is Sakura Splash. My favorite flavor is Sakura Splash. It is the flavor that Silvervale has. It is a sour cherry flavor. Now, to be very clear, I don't want to make another sour cherry flavor. I am very happy having a sour cherry flavor that is her flavor that I love drinking, correct? But to me, one of my favorite flavors is lychee and rose. Thank you, Green Shadow. I appreciate it. Hold on. You've activated my sleeper agent. Dun, 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 dun. Which, by the way, y'all, I think GamerSups is having, I just realized we completely missed it, but GamerSups is having their huge blowout sale. So if you want to get anything GamerSups right now, their huge blowout sale, they're 20% off, their Christmas in July, lasts for a week. It is currently happening. So please consider grabbing some stuff with my code. We might still have some of my AFK flavors available as well. Let me triple check. Yes, we still have some of my AFK flavors because they keep restocking them and things like that. So this is always, boom, free gift with every tub, up to 6 free gifts. Now's the time. Now's the time. Thank you, Specimen. You're the best. I'm sorry. I would have advertised it sooner, but I was at the convention. So, back to the pit. I have a little story about how we were coming up with this flavor. So, immediately when I told the staff, I said, I love rose flavored things. If you've ever had Turkish delights or a lot of Middle Eastern desserts, they use a lot of pistachio and they use a lot of rose, which I really, really, really love. I really, really love rose, pistachio, all that. And I also really like lychee. But I still wanted it to be sour because one of my favorite flavor profiles is like when it's sweet, but not so sweet. It kind of has a little sour because it's just so good. It's just so good. I love it. So when I first told them this, I was in a room with Monty and Nagy. Monty is very, very high up, probably number 2 in GamerSups. And Nagy is very, very high up there. And they both told me, Matara, listen, just so you know, I'm going to try this for you, but I don't like lychee. Both Monty and Nagy saying, I don't love lychee. Sorry, I'm going to try it, but I don't love lychee. I see both of them try this flavor and go, whoa, I don't like lychee, but this is really good. And then they finished the whole bottle, by the way, of water going, I don't like lychee, but this is really good. By the way, I don't like it, but I really like this. At the convention, one of the GamerSup staff, when they were setting up our meat and drink, they said, oh, what flavor is it? And I said, sour rose and lychee. And they went, lychee, oh, brave. And I said, just try it. They tried it and said, oh, That's really good. I think, first of all, I'm very grateful that they let you guys try it because I understand that if you're shopping, sometimes seeing sour rose and lychee might not be the most exciting flavor. We also were trying the caffeine free just because they didn't want people to overdose on caffeine at the convention. But yeah, I think it's not sour. I'd say it has a tiny bit of tartness. It has a tiny bit of tartness. It's definitely, somebody said it's like drinking perfume, but in a good way. The way I envisioned it was I wanted a drink that you would get from a vending machine in Japan on a hot summer day. It's definitely sweet, but the tartness cuts the sweetness. I don't like things that are too sweet and I don't like things that are too sour, but the tartness cuts the sweetness, if that makes sense. And it's really nice. So, I think it is coming out on Friday the 21st. Someone online, you should write them a message about that. You should write them a message about that, if anything, because they could absolutely do that. I want an alcoholic drink that tastes like this. Hi, Nimity. I mean, technically, couldn't we do the caffeine-free one without? I mean, I don't want to recommend things and say something illegal just in case. But technically, couldn't we do like a caffeine-free one and, you know? Now, I want to be very transparent. I could have launched this flavor next week, okay? I could have launched this flavor next week, but the problem is I'm a little bit worried that everybody would be licking their paws after Christmas and July sale. I'm a little bit worried that after Christmas and July sale, everybody will be licking their paws, licking their wounds, and it's going to be a little bit rough to release it. So I kind of looked around, and the next best earliest day that we could release it, if it's not next week, which I already told them no, so it's not happening next week, is on the 21st. So get ready. Get ready. If you liked this flavor, it will be getting released on the 21st. Absolutely am excited. And I am so grateful for GamerSups for having me be able to have you guys try this, because I was a little bit, I'm not worried in the sense that I know it's a good flavor. I love it. You guys are my witnesses that it's a great flavor. But there is a little bit of intimidation of there's a lot of flavors already. How do you get people to try a new flavor when they already have a favorite? How do you get people to try a flavor that has rose and lychee in it? But I think just the initial you all trying the flavor and telling me that it's good and telling other people that it's good makes me happy. What's up, Tukian? It is a little bit tart. It's not super sour, but it's tart. And the tartness cuts the sweetness, which I'm happy. Finally, a fan base in my age group. Day on, we're definitely unks here. We're definitely unks and aunties here. Definitely. So, mark your calendars. In about 3 weeks, this baby will be up. Am I getting another GamerSups cup design, Mata? Maybe. Winky face. Maybe. They were very sharp, and I accidentally chopped a few momos with them. I can't wait. Me neither. Thank you. Again, I am so grateful for GamerSups for letting you all try this. I'm so happy. It's so great. One little funny side story. I think it was Millie Mizuame. If I have her name wrong, I'm so sorry. But she was also going around, I think, wearing a momo or like a pink happy with a long pink wig and the hag's hat. And she said that the amount of people who stopped her saying, Are you Madara Khan? So poor Millie, apparently, and I'm so sorry. It's because the next day she wore this type of wig that I was wearing the day before. So the amount of folks were like, Are you Madara Khan? Avos, thank you for the 34 months. Do I already have enough GamerSups to last me? Yes. Am I going to give this a try? Yes. Yay! Thank you so much. There is a caffeine-free Torin. So to be very clear, the flavor that we were trying at the convention was caffeine-free because they usually never do the caffeine ones because somebody can drink too much and then kind of have a caffeine overdose and, all that stuff. I was at the maid cafe when she was there. She looked like she could be you. I was at the maid cafe when you were there too, though. So that's a little bit confusing. All right, so back to story time. Next day, okay. So I just have to say, Oscar did tell me that he was gonna dress up for the maid cafe day, and so did my security. My security, Tim, is on the left. Oscar's on the right. I didn't expect them to actually go all out. My little Roach heart, it was so funny. It was so funny to see them all dressed up like that. It made me so happy. I have a funny story about Oscar. At night, Oscar couldn't zip the maid outfit off of him. So because of that, he slept in his maid outfit that night. And I told him, I said, hey, Oscar, next time, just go downstairs, ask the hotel staff to unzip you. But Oscar slept in his maid outfit. Oscar slept in his maid outfit. It's so funny. He couldn't undo it. Look at his little socks. Look at his little socks. He's so cute. Are you kidding me? He's so flippin' cute. Oh my God. I'm glad Matara doesn't request Maya Momos to shave their leg. You don't ever have to shave anything, my angel. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. This is so funny. Also, if you heard me say, well, one of us is going to have to change, I stole that from Oscar. Some of my momos know I reuse the same jokes all the time. So Oscar that morning said, well, one of us is going to have to change. And I stuck with that the whole day. The whole day, I stuck with that. I did not stop. I stuck with that the whole day. I did not stop. I just kept using it. Mamas! You spoiled me rotten. Thank you so much for getting such a beautiful bouquet. I can already tell, Isu, you designed this, didn't you? Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you for getting these lovely, lovely flowers together. I'm actually going to be saving a lot of the details from this to my house. You are all so sweet, including, look at him. He's such a little guy. He's such a little guy. Notice the wig. Notice the headband. Notice the cute apron. We absolutely cooked. Look at that. Congrats on your maid debut, Mata. I wish I could be there, but I know you'll kill it. For the glory of Maid Matara, I like how y'all added these little, put the Turch in a corner. Feel free to put Turch's name in a corner. And everybody was like, what did Turch do? Oh, you guys can't see it. Everybody was asking, what did Turch do? What did Turch do? Whoa, spiders! Thank you so much. Let's get it, Momodesh. Once again, congratulations on the Maid Cafe and your maid debut. We hope you love the flowers. We for you and the donator board doesn't... Designed by our own ISOSI. Special thanks to Curation for being our contact on the inside. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for spoiling me. I feel bad. I feel like I'm gonna run you guys dry of money because I just keep having appearances. Welcome, Thaus. I have appearances. I keep having appearances. I keep having concert. I keep having stuff. I feel really, really bad. We hope you felt the love from all of us, Momo, and the Momos who got to play the part of the Goshujin-sama. During your visits, you looked stunning in both your maid outfits this weekend. So many Momos said. So here's the last bit of donator funds from in the form of biddies with all the love our Momo hearts, Kid Mustard. My Ken, my mama. I guess we could also say mama Ken, my mama, my mama Ken. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Mata fills me with love. Momo Kyun. So proud so proud of all you've done from the basement. You were lovely at the maid cafe, but I had kakoi gokiburi. Isn't it the best, Nani? You should say it to your girlfriend. She's definitely not going to get annoyed at you. She definitely will keep kissing you. She definitely will be like, you're so funny. You remind me of Matara Kiss. I annoy Mint with it so much. I think it's my favorite thing to do. I have a lot of these lines that I try to say in a JoJo voice. And unfortunately, I do this thing when something becomes a mental, not mental, when something becomes like a vocal stim. Kakoi gokiburi. Matara will matane. I like ramen, tsukemen, and ikemen. Ah, 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 ah.
Spiders, thank you so much for the gifted. Cody, thank you for the 11 months. Didn't hear about that. But this is about me. Let's focus on me. Give me attention. Me, and my momos.
Of course, Zexel. I got you, Angel. I got you. If there's anything I learned from Offkai is that I need to say goodbye. Matane, matara will, matane. You sound a little like Usan sometimes. We sometimes have sung Lady Gaga together, but Usan is such a cracked singer. Incredible singer.
Savers, thank you for the bits.
I'm sorry, everybody. I disabled my alerts. By the way, I will be honest, sometimes when I answer your guys' replies, so two things. I hope it doesn't feel like I'm bullying you guys. I do this one thing. Sometimes if I see you all at conventions and I see you wearing my merch, I'll usually come up and be like, nice hat, nerd. Or I'll be like, nice shirt, loser. But it's like a Momo shirt, right? But then I wonder if people, what if they don't recognize that it's me? And they're like, some random lady called me a loser for having a Momo shirt. I'm like, nice shirt, loser. But I do it as a joke. But then I'm like, wait, no, what if they don't recognize? What if it's like somebody's little brother wearing that shirt? And I'm like, nice shirt, nerd. Oh boy, I'm accidentally bullying my own audience, but I don't mean it as a bullying. I feel so bad. Everyone that told us you did it, loved it. Ashley Ann, how are you? Girl, I might have to have you assist me in one of these cons. Depending where, depending how, I might have to, if ever my agent can't make it, I need an assistant here and there. I might have to call you up.
Mosh mosh, momo mosh, mosh momo, moshy moshy momo.
Bully us more. I saw you coming from a mile away, but all I could think of was, I know. So sometimes I do worry a little bit that I'm like bullying people a little too much. But I will continue doing so. Like here, aw, look at these nerds. Most special thing this weekend was able to enjoy the Densetsu concert with my cutiful boyfriend, doing the mixing calls while holding hands when we didn't have to clap. Thank you, Nani, for being my rock and always supporting me this weekend in all my silly endeavors. Ooh, look at you guys. And I wrote, oh, I'm so in love. Oh, we kiss. He cosplays with me. We watch streams together. But then, you know, I obviously want to make sure I'm not like bullying them. But ooh, you guys are so in love. Ooh, doing the mix and calls while holding hands when we didn't have to clap. So happy for you. So happy for you. Really happy for you. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. You always make fun of me for having a wife. You know, James, I think this is why I thought your kid was like 8. It is because you talk about your daughter a lot more okay, hear me out. Typically, when kids become like teenagers or adults, their parents don't talk about them as much because the kids tend to ignore them, right? This is why I think I thought your daughter was like 8. Because you would always bring up your wife and your kid. And I'm like, okay, his kid's like 8. But no, you're just a cool dad. You're not like other dads. You're a cool dad who brings your kid to a convention and then they get to buy a ton of Michi merch. So I guess it's different. But I feel like there's definitely an age where the teenagers kind of ignore you. So I guess that's why I thought, of course, Chuya, if you're still lurking, I absolutely assaulted them. And I'm like, hey, will you take a photo with me, please? Because I love my girl, Fuzuki Miki, the president.
I got to see the president. The president.
That does look like a funeral wreath for Momo. Stop. That's actually so funny. That does look like a funeral wreath for Momo. No. She ate him. She ate him. He's dead. He was so pleasantly plump. He was so erotically chubby, and now he's gone. My dad was one of the world's best magicians. Ash is my friend, so I can make that joke. But yeah, he disappeared. He did this crazy trick where he just disappeared. But oh boy, oh boy.
Rest in tummy, Momo. You will be missed. You will be missed.
I think Saturday was like a gamer subs dinner, which is always really really fun. And then Cotton organized a little karaoke, so I just kind of ran around the convention and took some photos. By the way, I will have you all know I am going to be applying to the Wild Card Club. I won't be making my audition public. They encourage you to do a public audition, but I will be doing a private audition. And yeah, is it true that Cotton was late for her own karaoke? Yeah, like an hour and a half. She says it was 10 minutes. It was like an hour and a half. So I am going to be applying to this. I hope. Also, I think Thursday morning, Mint and I went and we signed the big wall. And then I came back and did some photos with the big wall. Good luck with the audition. Thank you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Initially, I didn't want to audition because I felt like I could be taking an opportunity from somebody smaller. But then I realized that no, even they were talking about it in Streamer University, right? Where in Streamer University, a third of the people in there actually had high viewership. And then a third of the people were like in the 1,000 range. And a third of the people had like less than 200 viewers. And the reason for this is you still need people who have interest and are popular and can get people interested to have an event. So after watching some of the Ludwig Streamer University stuff, I am applying. I am going to apply, even though, I am on par with some of the other people on here. Obviously, like Mouse is huge, right? But yeah, I'm still going to apply and I'm going to do my best. And if they like me and they pick me, then they like me and they pick me. And I'm already bracing myself if somebody is like, why does Matara get this? If I do get it, she's big. Is there a team you want to join specifically? I am putting 2 teams down. Yes, I am putting 2 teams down. You will have to see when it happens, okay? I am putting 2 teams down and you will have to see. I'm only putting 2 teams down because you can only do 2 teams. That's why. You can only do 2 teams. I think in all the styles of music, 2 of the teams fit my vocal range, my vocal style, and my interests very much. And they just so happen to be captained by my friends. Although realistically, I think I could fit anywhere and have a great time. So yeah, I am going to be applying, and I'm very happy that I got kind of out of my mental demons of I shouldn't apply just because I've been around. Like I want to learn. I want to improve my singing. I want to give myself a challenge. So yeah, people will always. I'm just warning y'all. If I apply and I get through, people will complain regardless. So I'm not gonna let that kind of stuff stop me. Okay. Now, I don't have many photos from. Actually, I think this was Saturday night meetup. To be honest, I think this was Saturday night meetup. I think this was after the concert meetup. This is one of my favorite photos of the whole convention. I just love this. I just love this photo. It's a great photo. No notes. Exactly, Ash. Exactly. So, like I said, even Streamer University had a third of the people be very large streamers because it helps advertise the event. So I'm going to apply. I'm going to do my best. So Saturday night, not much to say. Saturday night, it was Cotton's karaoke. She was about an hour and a half late. I didn't drink. We sang a lot of great songs. Junie, looking so beautiful. My beautiful bug roommate, just sitting in the middle of the karaoke doing her connections. Thank you, Amexing. That is the kindest thing you could ever wish upon me. I'm going to get everybody to moe moe kyun. No, it wasn't at round one. It was a Korean karaoke. But yeah, this is what beautiful women do at karaoke. They just sit and do connections, apparently. Apparently, that is what they do. That is what my beautiful roommate was doing. I don't know if she won. I don't know if she lost. They have said open for everyone, so the risk of backlash is probably on the project. Hey, I mean, we'll see. I'm just warning y'all that I'm gonna be a lot less afraid of this kind of stuff. I'm at a weird point where if you gain any more traction or any more popularity, people are upset. If you don't, people are upset. Oh, that sounds so much fun. Ash, next time we'll have to do this. Next time we'll have to do this together. Next time, please. Interesting pants, they're tights. Was it right next to a boba place? I don't know, but it was like a solid little Uber away from the convention. So after this Sunday, all right, I do want to say, I'm trying to remember if there's any more stories really. Oh, of course, Saturday at the Maid Cafe, I forgot to say, I actually wanted to stop by the Maid Cafe more times. I only ended up stopping at the Maid Cafe during your Maid Cafe stuff 3 whole times. I did twice on Saturday and once on Sunday, so I really, really apologize. I really wanted to try and stop by earlier, but the way it was organized, it would have been hard for me to be at the Maid Cafe when you guys were getting up to get food because I wouldn't want people to kind of crowd me and ask for photos. And then other times I had other engagement, but still, I got to be at the Maid Cafe 3 times. I got to jump in some photos with you all. I got to give some headbands. It was a really, really fun time. Otherwise, I hope you still enjoyed the Maid Cafe and got to eat delicious, good food. Okay. And got to drink some, what is it? In an hour's time tea. And what was it? Mint limeade or mint lemonade, mintade, something like that. Thank you, Phantom. Hey, Mr. Phantom, how are you? So Sunday, I figured it wasn't enough that I had gotten already 4 meet and greets officially and did a bunch of extra stuff. And I was having a 5th meet and greet officially with the Czechies. I thought, well, Senpai Squad is there. Let's meet some folks over at Senpai Squad. So I came over to Senpai Squad. I still got to meet a bunch of you. I'm so sorry that on Sunday, we kind of had you guys come in groups of 3s. My team has been telling me about this. I'm like, listen, Matara, we understand you want to meet everybody, but at a certain point, you've met people Friday, Saturday, you met people all convention. If by Sunday you meet people, it's okay to do it shorter. It's okay to be like, hey, I want to talk to people a little bit. So they were wonderful. Thank you, Kura. I try my hardest. I just feel there's been times sometimes where I'm really tired and I look at my security guard and I think, well, he's also standing here, except he does not get to drink delicious introverted Momo energy. At least I get to talk to the introverts and it gives me energy and it fuels me up. He doesn't even get to do that. Or I think about the people in line and I think if I'm hot in line with my wig and face mask, you're hot in line with your cosplay hat and your other stuff. And I got to go to the convention, right? Usually I get a cheaper price on my hotel. Or sometimes, depending on my activations, I even get the hotel paid for me. And you don't. You have to save time off. You have to travel. You have to take paid time off. You have to book your hotel. You have to do all this stuff. So I feel really guilty not giving it my all, especially because I have been doing that for so long. All VTubers do 1 or 2 meet and greets. Mata will do 100. I do. And actually, Ashley on being here can confirm. I've told you all this before, and I actually recently recounted this story, but my account, not this one, you won't, I had an account before this streaming on the Twitch television. I got partnered back in 2014. And I need you to realize that in order to have gotten partnered in 2014, I must have already been streaming for a little bit to get partnered. So this is also why sometimes, those comments of like, oh, she came out of nowhere and suddenly she's popular, or she came out of nowhere and this. But like, this is just when my account got partnered. This is just when my account got partnered. And this is when, at the beginning, you got partnered in two ways. So initially you got partnered, you could only run ads, and then eventually you can have a sub button. But I have been here for a really, really, really long time. And I've seen a lot of this scene change. I've seen a lot of people come in and out of streaming, and I never, ever, ever want to be ungrateful for the fans, or even not just the fans, but even like the partnerships that I have, right? Like, for example, I didn't have anything with Senpai Squad. Sure, I have my merch with Senpai Squad, right? Like, to me, I have my merch with Senpai Squad. It sells. I get a little bit of a kickback. Boom. If I wanted to, I never have to advertise Senpai Squad ever again. But I adore Senpai Squad. I adore being at their booth. The reason I want to partner up with them is because they do really cool stuff and I see how hard they work. So of course I want to be at their booth. Even if you stop by and you don't buy something Matara, that's fine. Maybe you'll buy something Snuffy, Doki, Zen. There's mouse stuff there. There's a bunch of stuff. Also notice they're using an old banner. Calling them out, calling them out, calling them out. Calling them out. Calling them out, calling them out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So of course I want to stop by. And same thing with gamer subs, right? Of course I want to do something like that. What was the story? Oh, just that you would know that I got partnered a million years ago. Because a lot of times, Ash, there's people coming up and people saying, oh, she blew up so quickly. What's up, 5L? I see you. Or, oh, she's this. And it's like, you guys have to realize my account got partnered 12 years ago. I've been streaming for a long time before this as well. I've been around the block once or twice. So yeah. What did the dinosaurs actually look like? Nah. Road, you're amazing. Thank you for everything you do. We can confirm she's not an industry plant. Was there even computer 12 years ago? Oh, you're hurting me. You're actually hurting my heart. This is also why, like, even Oshi Spark and stuff, right? Like I was telling y'all, Kura, I don't know if you're lurking still, but I didn't have to stop by the Maid Cafe and like be at the Maid Cafe and do some bonus stuff. But I wanted to because it's really awesome and it's really fun. And I really enjoy working with them and I really enjoy doing stuff with them. And I hope we can do more stuff soon because I got some plans. YouTube Momos, can you speak up? We have a little lost Momo in the YouTube who thinks they're talking to themselves because the YouTube's a little bit more quiet. Can y'all pipe up and give them a little thumbs up, a little heart? It's just implants, girl. I wish. I just need you all to know, okay. I'm sorry. I might have to illustrate this. All right, everybody. Everybody is beautiful. But as an old woman right now, they do this, okay? That's just what they do. Okay, this looks really phallic. This looks so phallic. I'm so sorry. But if I show up one day and they're like this, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business, okay? If I show up one day with my titties up to my chest, mind your business. Mind your business. Let me live my own life, okay? I am allowed to customize my avatar. This is the worst illustration I could have ever done. I didn't realize it would look so phallic. Darn it. I didn't realize it would look so phallic. Oh boy. So by the way, I did try my hardest to come by the artist alley, but as I talked about at the beginning of the stream, unfortunately, I was out of my last engagement at 5 p.m. and I thought that the artist alley closed at that is the coolest emote I've ever seen. I thought that the artist alley closed at 6. So I thought I could still have an hour of going and trading things for gifts. But alas, I was too late. I did get to trade for a few things. I did get some stuff for free. I did get to give some keychains and some stickers for some other stuff. But alas, I did miss out on a lot of things. And I really apologize to the artist. I will do my best. Exactly, short one. Like, hey, if suddenly I grow 3 cup sizes, mind your business. Mind your business. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. You shouldn't discriminate. Mind your business. um so last day was awesome. You guys could still try the Gamer Subs flavor. I did the Senpai Squad meet and greet. I think I had to run to the Maid Cafe because I wanted to surprise people at the Maid Cafe. Honestly, just a lot of running around. You didn't get a chance to see the booth that had all the cool art of you, Junie Yuzu. You mean Balulax? I've been at that booth so many other times. So many other times. I love Balu. I didn't get the chance to stop by Balu this time, but next time. I only got a few good breast years left. I got to show them off. That's true. What else? So I had a slightly different outfit the next day. Okay. I do have a slightly extroverted story for this one. So for this Sunday, I got this maid outfit. So the problem with this maid outfit, it didn't really have a good underwire. So I don't know how to explain it, but basically, this little thing that does the bust of it, it didn't stay. So every time I raised my arms, it would kind of go up, and basically, like half my boobie would be out from the more illustrations. Half my boobie would be out from the bottom. So I went to the Maid Cafe in the morning and I'm like, girls, I need your help. So first thing, funny story, I call Anarchy, who by the way is the incredible, incredible woman who got this wig for me. She got the long pink wig for me. She also added a bunch of the detailing to the aprons. She got those for me. She is incredible, incredible, incredible. Okay. So I call Anarchy. I'm like, hey, Anarchy, can I come down to see you? Right, Ash? I said, can I come down to see you? And she goes, Matara, I'm at your Maid Cafe right now. So apparently she was at a table with somebody saying, I'm such a big Mata fan. And then she shows them on Discord that I called her. And she's like, sorry, guys, I got to pick this up. It's the big Matara calling. And I'm like, hey, can you help me with my stuff? She's like, sorry, I'm actually eating at your Maid Cafe. So I go to the girls, to the maids, right? And I go, maids, I'm so sorry. I need help. Could you all please help me like tighten my apron, tie it up? I need some tape, da 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 da. And then I'm also eating. So one of the girls is kind of tying me up in the back with the apron. And another one of the girls is starting to put tape. And then basically what had to happen is she actually had to tape. So you see here how like what happens here, right, is this is where my breast is supposed to be. But if I raise my hands, the breast part goes up here. So the way to prevent that is you would need to get to my boob and you would need to stick sticky tape. So the first thing the girl said when I showed up, they're like, all right, take your bra off, because it was too slippery with the bra. So I just have bare breast. And one of the maids is like, hey, you know, we'd have to stick the ribbon, the tape on your underboob. And I say, and she goes, oh, you know, like, I don't know if you mind. And I go, do you mind doing it? And she just goes, are you asking if I mind sticking the tape to your underboob? And I go, yeah, I just think you know better. And she goes, hey, this is going to be a story. No, they couldn't see like my nipples and stuff. Nothing like that. So she just kind of raises and is just pure, you know, breast meat underboob. Pure breast meat underboob. And she just stuck the stuff on it. And this is exactly those kind of stories that Mint would use against me and say, you came into the Maid Cafe with your little gun and you forced the maids. You came with your little gun and you told the maid, stick the tape to my underboob or I shoot this whole place up or I blow this whole place up. But that's not what happened. I was already getting one girl tie me up in the back, put bobby pins in the back, and the other girl in front of me, like she was already there. And she did say, by the way, that she's never washing her hands and that this is going to be a story for a lifetime. So yes, she then put the tape where it's supposed to be. And I got to be in this dress the last day. This dress does not fit me. We're going to have to do many things about it. I might just get a new one, I'll be honest. But it was very cute. and I felt very bonita. Of course, if you didn't get how do I get this job, I've been doing this job for about 12 years now, Doxy. I need to hear Mint's side of the story. There isn't. You need to understand, Redacted. There isn't. What Mint does is she wasn't there. When she hears this, she's going to take it like at the worst. She wasn't there. There's no Mint side. Her side is, I heard Matara's side and demonized it. Oh, you're talking about the boob tape job. Oh, sorry. You got to be a maid at the maid cafe. Talk to Oshi Spark. Okay. So if you missed out, unfortunately, on the MataraCon and Mint acrylic standee postcard set, badges, and clear checkies, womp. Womp. Also, look, Kakui Goki Booty! Ain't demonized that one performer at the Desetsu concert. Yeah, that's the one, the demonized. Oh, I love to see the Kakui Goki Booty. I love to see him. I'm gonna see, because I know this merch was only sold at the Maid Cafe. I missed out crying, shitting, pissing. Aww. Skinny. I'm sorry to hear that. I will tell you this. I am going to talk to Oshi Spark to see if there's a way, because I know a lot of y'all missed it because it was a little bit outside of the convention. Not everybody saw where it was. Even some of the Densetsu merch from the concert was being sold there. So I am going to talk to Oshi Spark to see if we could still put some of these up on sale. I will say this, Oshi Spark, you are so good. I often feel guilty for how I price my stuff, but they had these standees at $15 each. They had no poster. You guys definitely could have been a little bit more do we have any greedy emotes y'all can put? You could have been a little bit more greedy hands with this. I really appreciate you all. And I do want to say, for those of you who did get a checkie, I know, right, I had a lot of free meet and greets. So that is also something for me that I'm trying to get used to. I had a lot of free meet and greets. If you stopped me by the convention, you had a million chances to talk to me. Hell, I even gave you guys hats. I even bought you guys pizza, all that stuff, right? There was many, oh, I forgot to post some of these. There was many places, ways to talk to me, to meet me, oh my God, wait. I only knew my son before a son. Okay, I actually have to go through my media post after this. This is really good. Hold on. Let me... I'm going in my photos the wrong way. Where am I? So I had a lot of free meet and greets, right? For the Maid Cafe checkies, yes, it was $20 for a Maid Cafe checking meet and greet. But you have to remember, it does... I don't know who I'm explaining this to. I feel like everybody gets it, but I just always have this like thing of, you can meet me for free at the con a million times. I'm going to have a million meet and greets where you don't have to bring anything, buy anything, do anything. But I really do appreciate that you guys did the Maid Cafe Checky meet and greet, because it does support the Maid Cafe as well. And of course, if you saw the Maid Cafe, it was a lot of girls. It was a lot of girls and boys, a lot of volunteers, a lot of people, a lot of everybody there. And that's a lot of stuff. So I really, really appreciate it. It was really awesome. I got to be a maid for the first time ever, and it was fun. It was just awesome. So I am glad you still get to have a memory. And I will say this, I said this at the meet and greets, but usually at a real maid cafe, the maids can go in the back and decorate the checkies sitting down. I had to do this standing up. So please forgive me. Some of y'all, the handwriting is not great. I'll probably do a post in a few days where I'm asking to see your checkies, because I want to see all of them, okay? I want to see your checkies. But as for this, I am going to talk to Oshi Spark if there's a way that we can put this online. Or, yeah, I'm going to see. It's a little bit different because, for example, even though they had merch from the concert here, Skyline Serenade has a lot of other people there, so I think it's inappropriate to have that. But I wonder if Mint and I do a little something. Or, for example, let's just say This is not spoiling. I'm just literally talking into the ether. Let's just say I have a solo event sometime. Maybe one day, who knows? And it's not too far in the future. I could just have this stuff there and then give Mint her cut of it, right? I'm just saying this is not a spoiler because nothing is, it's literally just me doing stuff. It's literally just me talking into the ether, you know? I'm just saying. You can't crucify me for spoiling because there's nothing to spoil. There's nothing to spoil, okay?
It's a gift
I'm just hallucinating. Oh, Kaiju, that's okay. Because my checkies are definitely decorated. Hold on, my checkies are definitely decorated. See here? Wait, where are they? I kind of hid your guys' faces just in case. And there's also this big one of all of you that I also hid your guys' faces. But Oscar, I'm excited to talk to you later. I told him that you slept in your maid outfit. So of course, Big Minto, one of my favorite hauls from the con. Not much to say. Sunday, I walked around. I try to exchange a lot of my own merch with some of the artists, seeing if maybe I could buy some of their stuff and seeing if I could do that. But Holy Haul, honestly, Oscar, it's actually really embarrassing. I didn't even get half the stuff. Oscar, please do me a favor. Next time you can't get out of your outfit, go downstairs. So if it's during the day and you need somebody to help you get into your outfit, call room service and ask them to send somebody up and just say, hey, I can't zip myself into my dress. Can somebody come up? If it's at night, just go downstairs to lobby and ask them to unzip you. I would have gotten double these. Also, I have to be honest, it doesn't look like as much because if you see a lot of stuff is like one on top of the other. If I actually put this stuff one by one by one by one by one by one, like here, see, like they're kind of on top of each other. If I actually put this stuff less on top, like look, see, this is a berry standee and a berry sticker. If I put this stuff a little bit more spread out, I wish I could have gotten more stuff. I really apologize to the artist. Do I have an opinion on choosing between Hilton and Marriott? I chose the one that still had a room for me available because they had saved rooms for exhibitors. So I got the one that still had a room saved for me that I could get. That's the one I chose.
So yeah, the last day I got to take a few photos with a little Polaroid camera looking very cute.
I tried to do my best to decorate this picture with my thick nails, but this is the best I could do. This is honestly the best I could do. As you can tell, my nails are so long. I couldn't do anything crazier than that. And then just a few more silly pictures from the con. I got to see a dudiper. I got to see a bunch of stuff. Maid Cafe. Guys. I don't want to go too much into detail, but, you know, I was talking to Lime, and Lime is like, oh, Ray is getting me this thing that I was really wanting. And I told her, you know, I want this when I join. Ray is working on getting her that. Junie the other day was like, oh, Ray is talking to blank company to get me this thing that I wanted. I'm like, I'm so happy. For 2 years, I was Ray's only client. You obviously, you know, I don't want to get too much into this conversation, but despite the fact that I was let go from previous company, Ray, she said, I don't care. I like working with her. I don't care what they tell me about her. I like working with her, not them. So she stood by me, and I, you know, source my delusions. In the emails, there was some legal bullying. We'll put it that way. And Ray said they can bully you, but they can't bully us. So she's my angel. She's my doll. She's my sweetheart. Anywhere she goes, I will follow. She is amazing. And it's so good to see her finally, you know, a lot of times people have to realize a lot of times for sponsorships, for opportunities, for things like that, it's not just my relationship to the brand. It's also my agent's relationship to the brand. So I have some pretty good relationships with a lot of great brands out there, right? Grinding Gear Games, Capcom, Nikkei, Gamer Subs. There's a lot of companies that I have a great relationship with. Cheeky, Senpai Squad. I don't want to name every single one of them, but you get it. But Ray also is developing her own great relationship with these companies. So it comes to a point where Ray can now take her relationship with certain companies and go, to other folks and be like, hey, I have this other great talent, everything. So I'm just so happy that she signed more talent, that she's able to take care of them. And I'm telling y'all, if Ray oh my God, look at my arm definition here. Hello? What the heck is going on there? If Ray will treat the other talent that she signed the same way she treats me, they will be so happy. They will be so happy because she goes above and beyond and she does such great work. I know, I'm a little sporty maid. I signed their water balloon boob, by the way. I signed her water balloon boob. She looked amazing. Look at me, by the way, up in the what is it called? I am touching that waist. I am gripping that cosplayer's waist. I am in there again. Probably one of my favorite photos from the event. I there's no such thing. All my photos are my favorite photos from the event, but this is just so good. This is just so good. All of it is awesome. I am not hoverhanding at all. I am in here. If you guys could actually be my witnesses. For anybody who came to either the Checky meet and greet or other, how much do I hug? Number one. And even for the maid checkies, oh my goodness, there's been a few people with the maid checkies where I kind of got into my pose with them, and I am going to get canceled for grabbing my fans, I guess. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to get canceled for clawing them. There's been a few times when people would kind of get into position, like let's say we're posing like this for the checky, okay? And then Ray has to change her camera roll. I would tell the person, you're staying here. We're doing your meet and greet like this. And then we would just stand like this while Ray is changing the camera roll. I'm like, so, enjoying the convention? Huh? While I'm just grabbing them by the waist or something. I definitely am very, very extroverted bug. All right, believe it or not, I've been drinking so much water. I have to pee again. I got to grab a bottle of water. And then I want to look at some more photos. Because there's like that photo with Oscar. Oscar, if you're still lurking, there's that photo. Oh my God, I spilled water everywhere. Ugh. I can hear the panic. The poor introvert soul. There's been a few introverted souls where we like started hugging and then Ray had to fix the Polaroid. And I'm like, I'm not letting you go. Or we would hold a heart. I'm like, you're holding this heart with me. And you can cancel me after. You'd be like, Matara, she made me hold a heart. She beat me up. I did have a moment tell me you woman handled them and it was stuck in my head. Wait, really? Tell me the details. I bug handled them. Again, I'm so sorry, but also my claws. I definitely scratched a few momos by accident because I was trying to get them closer, or I was like trying to like touch something. Like I would like look at their badge or something. I definitely pinched and scratched. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get canceled for like, ugh. I'm so sorry. I'm genuinely, I never had claws this long. There's a few of you that I accidentally scratch when I was like trying to get you closer. I remember my last day for the Checky meet and greet, somebody walked in and they were like, oh, you're real. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, I didn't realize you'd be there, like in as you. I'm like, yeah, come here. And then I said, don't worry, I can't bite you through my mask, but I can scratch you. I can scratch you. All right, give me a quick moment. And then I want to go through some of my media tab because y'all had some pretty great photos. Y'all had some pretty great stuff. Okay, one moment. I pee and I get some sparkling water. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. We got more stuff to look at. Sorry, I'm talking so much, and I think all the cigarettes from the convention have caught up to me because now I am dehydrated. It's also really warm. So,
Yeah.
I do want to say, Fua, first of all, thank you so much for the 12 months. I do want to say, as an extreme extrovert, I am so sorry if I accidentally terrorized you at this convention. But I hope now that you all have like met me in person and seen and kind of understood my vibe a little bit more, I hope this explains how I could have potentially gotten into trouble with like younger, very introverted folks, you know, who when they hear, what do you mean a stranger gave you, like, what do you mean you beat up somebody for their baby harness? What do you mean you just came up to somebody and said, take off your baby harness now? That's not what happened, by the way. That's not what happened. They very clearly, as I was asking them questions as an extrovert, I said, hey, can I ask you, where did you get this baby harness? Did you get it on Amazon? Can I have the link? Do you like it? Is it comfortable? Tell me all about it. They said, actually, do you want to try it on? And I said, I'd love to try it on. You know, it's, yes, okay, some of my extroverted stories go a little bit above and beyond. I get it. But some of them, it's because we went to a cigarette meetup, Kazuchit. We went to the best place on earth. It was the park where people got to smoke cigarette. Once on Thursday night at the Mixer, once on Sunday. You're wonderful. Thank you, Nemuri. That makes me so happy. I definitely feel like a lot of times I just accidentally do something. Like I said, like even just grabbing somebody with my nail being a little bit longer, because I'm tall and intimidating, it comes off much worse. But it's genuinely like, I never get my nails that long. I'm excited. I was definitely like trying to grab at the momos a little bit. And I accidentally definitely scratched a few momos with my nail. But I will say, you are so lucky. And a lot of my introverted friends, and I have to, Nimi, God bless you for this, because after I had collab with Nimi and Mint, I was a little bit worried, right, that I'd be too much for Nimi. And I did kind of like tone it down because I didn't know her very well. But then I noticed as like the night went on, she was very comfortable. So I kind of, I was very much myself because she was eating it up, right? Like, let's remember, she was laughing at my jokes. Mint was very jealous. It was a good time. But she said that, she goes, wow, now I know what it's like to be adopted by an extrovert. She's like, finally, it was my time. And it made me feel like really, really understood, really appreciated. It made me feel really like, I don't know. It was really cool. It was just really, really cool to see that and to hear that. So if you got to witness my extroverted vibes this weekend, you're welcome. I do things such as come up to my fans in line when they're wearing my merch and say, nice shirt, loser, or nice shirt, nerd. That's definitely some of the stuff I do. Also, these two cosplayers right here, I made them kiss all weekend long. One time, Mint was kind of off to the side, and I was like, okay, guys, could you please kiss for a really long time? And then they were kissing for a really long time, and Mint just looked so annoyed by it. It was the best. It was the best. But yeah, I have like a few pictures. Hold on. Let's go through like some of the replies and stuff, because we'll be able, or maybe my retweets and stuff, right? Because I've retweeted a few things as well. First of all, Minty, you rock. I saw you lurking earlier. How freaking great is this image? Also, I see a little Jared. I have the same one. How awesome is this image? This is such a great image. It brings me so much joy. Thank you for this. Thank you. I said this at the beginning of the stream, but I will talk about this. So meeting Matara-Khan this year was very special to me. The reason I make shirts today is because her recommendation from a summer podcast episode 2 years ago, she helped me with my first one. So I was very happy to finally thank her for changing my life. So I got to meet Emu, or emu, like the war. And I said, hey, I know sometimes people are really, really shy if they don't have any official merch or don't have any fan merch. People might feel like, oh, do I really deserve to go to this like event where everybody has the light sticks and the happies and the keychains when I don't have that? And I said, all you have to do to make friends at a convention is just buy a blank white shirt, write "mint is stinky" on it. You will make a ton of friends. Trust me, you do not need to go with merch. You do not need to do anything. I please, 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 please. And I was right. And they said they made a ton of friends and they thanked me for it. And I don't know. I always want to remind y'all that it is okay. It is okay to do that. No, you don't need to buy the merch. No, if you do, can we also add the Senpai Squad? You know where to go. Senpai Squad currently has our MataraCon stuff available. That's right. That's right. Senpai Squad has their stuff available. If you'd like, you can probably see them at a convention. I actually don't know if they're doing Otakon or what their next convention is, but Senpai Squad, you could have this lovely, this beautiful shirt, just like I do. And just look at this beautiful MataraCon shirt with the lovely, lovely MataraCon in the back. Wowie, wooey. Wowie, wooey. And of course, the other website. Oh, it's already on the merch link. Never mind, Zero. I didn't see that. If you would like, we added another poster. We have the Matara Giga poster. We have some of our legacy items. You can do. I need to make it so that when you come into home, it actually does shop all because I don't like that it cuts off some of the stuff. We have some. I know currently the store is a little bit empty and it doesn't look like there's much, but I will be adding some of the desk mats soon and other things. Probably we'll be having a whole poster section, all that. And of course, if you missed out on your Hags hat, guess what? We're going to have some Hags hat. I'm so happy to hear that people believed you could drive. Wait, what do you mean they believed I could drive? I can't drive. I can't drive at all. I don't know what you're talking about. So, of course, the beautiful Matara cosplayer that I got to sign. I'm so sorry. This is such bad handwriting, but it was tough to sign. Look at this. Look at the cabedon. Look at that cabedon. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that look. Ooh. I'm shipping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's fear, but also arousal. Hey, Pepperoni, do you see it on... Hold on. Do you see it on my pinned? Is this it, the hand sketch one? Or is this it? Or is this it? Which one is it? I know, Green Shadow. I'm so sorry for that. I'm hoping maybe one of the years I can find a way. To get them to Canada. Boop. I'm so happy Minty Fresh. She's the sweetest. Thank you, Be French, for the bits. Valet, let's go. Have you been getting a lot of compliments? Be honest with me. Have you already started with the compliments? Have people already been like, wait, nice Hags hat. Are you kidding me? I will have a great summer. What the heck?
It's a gift sub.
Oh no, Merp, that sucks. In the future, it's always better to give things to me. If I don't currently accept them, I'm so sorry. That does happen, and it's really unfortunate. I'm so sorry. Also, I wish they'd fix Canada and US shipping, by the way. I wish they would fix it. Also, this is one of my favorite photos ever. I love it so much. It was another Matawa cosplayer. Oh, I feel so loved. I feel so appreciated. Also got to sign a can of Raid. I got to see a beautiful cosplayer of a long forgotten cutie, of a long forgotten Pikami. Oh, so cute. So cute. Also, Ashton Martin got picked up by Setsuna Production. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting? I wonder what kind of cool stuff she'll be doing with them. I wonder what kind of cool stuff she'll be doing with them, you know? I sure wonder. Okay. I made these two kiss all the time. Day one, they were wearing Doki and Mint, made them kiss. Day two, they were Matara and Mint, made them kiss. Day three, they were Doki. Every single time I would see them, I made them kiss. I apologize, but that's the rule. If you're in a couple and I see you, Nani, if you're still lurking, if you and your girlfriend so much as come into my eye radar, I'm going to make you guys kiss. It's just the law. I mean, it was different because they were actually cosplaying Mint and Matara, but I made them kiss. I made them kiss as Doki. I made them kiss as just everything. Freaking Oscar, of course. Oscar, he insisted because I changed out of my maid outfit to go to dinner and he didn't. So he insisted that we take this photo together. But again, this is, oh my God, I just realized the toes aren't hidden. Sorry, there's too many photos. I hid the face. I forgot to hide the toe. But then I'd have to hide like the cleave. There's too many things to hide. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, $30 sandals. These are actually 20. I think I got 2 pairs of the sandals for $50 from the Crocs. I got them in black and tan. Amazing. One of my favorite pair of shoes ever. I honestly need to buy like 3 more pairs before they're discontinued. My favorite sandals ever. Crocs. These are Crocs. They look so good on the foot. They look so much more expensive than a $25 pair of sandals, and they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable. Jubilee, I'm sorry. If I ever see you guys, it's on site. It's on site. Yeah, I'm trying to, there we go. See, I would just keep making them kiss every time. Link, do I know the name? They're Crocs. I forget. I thought they were Miami, but they're not because I remember looking at it's something you'll see them on the website. And if not on the website, you see, they just keep kissing. They just kept kissing. You don't need a reason to chat with a Momo. I want to know from your stories, did you guys see a lot of Momos? Did you guys chat with a lot of Momos? Was there a lot of Momos that you ran into and you talked to and you thought, oh my God, I'm so excited to see them? Was there? I drafted a few of them into what? Spiders, thank you for the gifted. Did you? I always thought your name was Jubilee. I swear I thought your name was Jubilee. But it's Julie B, like Jolly B. Oh my God. I thought you were Jubilee, like the X-Man. The X-Woman. Speaking of Marvel Rival. Sorry, Momos. I'm busy right now. I gotta go. I'm tired. I gotta go. I'm sleepy. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me actually turn it off when it comes back on. Hello? Where's my game? My game never launched. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna have to. Oh, but let me show you my little new raccoon skin. I ended up getting the little Pharaoh raccoon skin. Oh my God, no, it's gonna global shaders. Okay, I'm out of here. Look how pretty she looks. And she's holding the flowers I got her. She's touching something I touched. Are you jealous? She's holding the flowers I gave her. Are you jelly? I held those flowers. We won't see the pic of me watching you from the penthouse. Are you sure? I knew my son, but for a sunset. Your son was delicious. Thank you for getting the cake. Can I ask you what gave you the idea to do Miss Fist? It was so good to see you. What gave you the idea, look at us, so pretty, to do the cake? What gave you the idea to do the cake? It was a really good cake.
It was a cake and it was delicious.
I also forgot to sign your standee. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't sign your standee. I kept telling you, oh, I'll do. I have learned something at these conventions, by the way. Never do later what you can do now. Because every time I'm like, oh, I'll do it later, it never works out. Next time, I have to do it now. I have to do it now. Also, Momos, would you please do me a favor? And with, I know you're Ibus now, but I still bully you and call you with. Or anybody, if you are here, even if you don't have any Matara merch, could you please post your haul? I want to react to it later. I want to react to it tomorrow. I want to react to it on stream. I want to react to your merch. I want to take a look at your haul. I did do a vegan Momo cake for my birthday. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. The buttercream tasted a little bit strange because it was like lavender buttercream, but it was a little bit strange. I did. It was very cute. This is where I put my stuff if I had any. No. Yes, please post your photos. There we go. I want to react to them tomorrow, even if you have very few stuff from me. Even if you have very few stuff. Like, see here, boom. It's just Aibu chocolates, right? Please post them. I want to take a look at that tomorrow on stream. I really do. Overall, of course, Poppy. I forgot if we got something good in the end. Yeah, you can post it on Discord. Actually, that is a great idea. Maybe some of you can post it on Discord, and then I can also react to that then. I want to talk about it. I want to do a tag for the momos when they're exploring stuff, right? Like, I know Mint has an Oshikatsu tag for herself. Well, for little Minto. I would love to have, I think it's time, now that we have the store again, and we have Momo and Evil Momo, I think any kind of mata that you have, I think it's time for us to have a Roachikatsu goes crazy. Wait, Roachikatsu goes crazy. Roachikatsu is wow. I'm so glad you wrote it in my stream because now I now I own the intellectual property. I'm sorry, Otome. I think it's time. And then I probably would love, I want to start reacting to that tag. Kakoi gokiburi. No, I believe it, Costoro. That's awesome. That's awesome. Kakoi gokiburi matara well matane. I do believe it. When do we get a larger Mata plush? Soon. I'll be honest, I don't think I really have done any Matara plushes. I've done the Evil Momo in Momo outfit. We've done Evil Momo from GamerSups. We've done regular Momo. One day you will get a Matara plush for real, for real. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to catch up on everything. Glorpmo would be cute. But definitely, I would love to start seeing where you take your momos on what adventures, because it would make me really happy. It would make me really, really happy to see that kind of stuff. Is Senator Momo still pending? For now, I kind of have to re-see what I'm doing and where I'm going with stuff, because there's a lot of new things I want to do. There's some old things I want to do. It's exciting. Octo, thank you for the raid. Octo, thank you for the raid. This freaking guy, by the way, Octo was at karaoke with us, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I really sing that well. Puts on 2 bangers of a song. Absolutely puts 2 bangers of a song up. And just, he did like Walk Like an Egyptian, and then he did another song. Just bangers on bangers on bangers on bangers. It was insane. Octo is such a great freaking singer. Also, thank you, Orion. That means a lot to me. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, I don't really sing. And then it's just perfect because the intonation's perfect. The breath control is perfect. What was the other song you sang? It was Walk Like an Egyptian, and there was another song you did, and it was so good. Oh, yes, he did Super Freak. Come on. It's not even fair. It's not even fair how good that was. It's not even fair how good that was. Octo, you are insane. Thank you for the raid. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did maybe do 3 things that could get me canceled this weekend. Let me recap the things that may have gotten me canceled this weekend. Number 1, told Pia, I thought you were Korean. Number 2, alluded that you cannot have boys and girls in one hotel room because they would kiss, completely forgetting that women kiss and men kiss, okay? Number 3, when Walk Like an Egyptian came on, I told actually wait, number 3, scratching my audience with my claws. Number 4, when Walk Like an Egyptian came on, I was next to my lawyer who is part Egyptian. And I was like, oh, by the way, I have so many videos of me as a kid doing the Walk Like an Egyptian dance. And then I just kind of like put my arms up and did it. And my lawyer was like, hey, you can't do that, by the way. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Then I understood, right? Because I just, and again, completely sober. But yeah, that was the 4 things I could definitely get canceled for this weekend were, yep. And then Dean was like, hey, Mata, we don't do that. I was like, I apologize. I deeply apologize. You are right. I was literally just rethinking. Yep. And again, I was stone cold sober. I think I need to start drinking again because then I have an excuse for my poor behavior. I just want you to know that Julie is listening to the story and she's going, she's just like me. Julie, are you an extrovert? She's just like me. I'd say you should have charged for clawing momos. Okay, hear me out. Knowing my luck, if I decided to have a competition where, or like, let's say meet and greet, but it's meet and claw. You show up to my meet and greet, I meet you, you give me $5, I claw you, and then you develop some like crazy blood disease and sue me. Also, I wouldn't take your money. I'd do it for the love of the game. I would do it for the love of the game. I'd rather be accused of being drunk than be accused of being dumb. Can't relate. I love being stupid. I think when I was very young, I was really, really convinced that it's so important that I appear intelligent and that I appear like I know what's going on and that I appear really, really, really cool and that I'm not like other girls. Now that I'm older, not only am I just like other women, I'm worse than other women. I'm just like other people, I'm worse than other people. I am very all right. Also, not only did I not graduate high school, but I've been a streamer for like 14 years. My brain is fried, baby. Not only do I have dumb streamer brain, I've had dumb streamer brain for a while. Listen, I love it. I'd rather be drunk. You know what? No, that's not true. I'd rather be drunk and dumb. Not drunk or dumb. I want to be both drunk and dumb. When is it my turn to be happy? Centurio, you should have asked me. There was actually, I actually have to talk to you guys about something. If you're listening, I think it was definitely a Wisp. Wisp, if you're listening, be honest. Was it a fetish? Okay. So there was, I think, a Wisp who came up to me and it was during the Checky meet and greets. And they were like, could you please choke me in the Checky? I'm like, yeah, get on your knees. Let me put my hands around. Like, I literally grabbed him in like a chokehold with like my elbow. And then I was holding them pretty tightly in my elbow. But they were like squishing my arm tighter into choking them. And I remember, it didn't, just to be clear, it didn't make me uncomfortable in the slightest. I thought it was hilarious. But then I thought about it. I'm like, Why were they because I thought I was choking them a little like harsh already. Maybe they were doing it for the pick. But they definitely grabbed my arm like and made me choke them even tighter. And I remember thinking, I hope you don't pass out. I hope you don't pass out because my agent's gonna be real upset. My agent is gonna be real upset if you pass out right now. I sure hope you don't pass out. But yeah, they definitely like made me choke them much. Okay, so let me, you know what time it is. Let me paint the scene for you. So my agent is right here with her little Polaroid. Okay, so she's got the little Polaroid camera. I am here, right? That's me. And then they show up, this person, and they're like, "Oh, could you please choke me for a photo?" I'm like, okay. So I show them with my fingers. I'm like, get down on your knees right now. Because it's going to be hard to choke them if they're not on their knees. So they kind of like get down on their knees like this, right? So this is their knees. Oh, but they're closer to me. So they kind of get down like this and they're on their knees. And then this is their head. And I put my arm like, So if this is my arm, all right, these are my little fingies. This is their head. So I kind of like do this thing where, you know, I kind of lock my arm in a triangle around their head. We're going to give them a little hair. I forgot what their hairstyle was. But I did grip my arm tightly around them. But then what they did is they kind of grabbed their little hands and they basically like pushed my arm into their neck more. Like they were just pushing it into their neck again. And I was like, I remember after that thinking about it. But during that time, I was like, damn, I really hope they don't pass out. I really hope they don't pass out because then what am I going to tell her? What is she? She's going to be upset at me. But they definitely like pushed my arm in a little bit more. They definitely did. Whoever you are, I just want to know. Is it a fetish? Is it a little bit of a fetish? Did you develop a fetish? I just want to know. I just want to know I'm still hot and I still got it. I just want to know I still got it, you know? I want to know I still have it like that. You explaining it make it sound worse. Does it? I think me saying I choked a wisp sounds worse. It was you. No, it was fine. Did I actually, okay, be honest. Did I actually choke you really hard? Because I thought I was choking you hard. Because I couldn't see your face, right? And because like we were taking the photo, I thought I was choking you kind of hard. So I was scared that I was choking you too hard. But you were pushing my arm in. So it's you.
It's a gift sub.
If you had passed out, I would have blamed it on you. I would have blamed it on you. Did I help you discover who you are on the inside? I think it got worse when I told them to get down on their knees. In my defense, I think they were my height or maybe a little bit taller. So I was like, if you want me to choke you, I'll do it. But you got to get down on your knees because then it's funnier for the photo. If I ever do a meeting group and you have the claws, it'd be cool if you made it look like you're brain stabbing me with them. Not a fetish. Why not? First, you don't love me as a woman. Then I never get to be fed. What is going on? I'm going to get a call. Y'all remember, I forget what stream it was, but I think I like was showing you guys my cigarettes or something. And my agent calls me and I'm like, guys, this actually might be serious. My agent never calls me on Discord, but it's because, spoiler alert, she was telling me that we got the Nikkei hosting gig at Anime Expo. Now I can tell you. And I was like, oh, hello, I'm on stream. She didn't realize that I was on stream. So I thought I was in trouble. I forgot what we were talking about, but I was like, I was kind of making one of those jokes where it's like, oh, Matara, don't make that joke. Hee hee. Listen, you're a nice streamer at all. Come on. No, I get it. That's fine. That's fine. You can be like, I love you as a streamer. I love you, but no fetish. All that stuff. What was Mint's spit and greet? I just remembered. Because I would love to do a meet and claw. Or it's just me like scratching you with my nail. What was Mint's spit and greet way back when? What was that? You guys don't remember that? She would spit and you drink it. I don't believe it. It was a water gun out of her standee's mouth. Cute. That's actually really cute. That's actually really, really cute. Spit and greet was last year's Offkai. Oh, my stinky girl. My stinky girl's so cute. By the way, for those of you that missed it, since we got a few more wisps here now, Mint does this thing where every year she's like, let's go to Japan for the 14th time. Or she really wants to go to the Arctic. I don't really want to go to the Arctic. So I was telling everybody about the sand curse that she has. It's not a spoiler. She's talked about it on stream. She's even talked about it on our podcast. So I told her, and I sent her the voice note about it, that next time she says, hey, let's go to Japan. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'll say, baby girl, let's go get rid of your sand curse. Let's go back to where it was. Let's go talk to them. Let's cure you of your curse. Okay? Because I can't have my baby be cursed like this. I can't have my baby be cursed like this, you know? Poor Mint. Poor Mint. It's time. It's time to cure her of the sand curse. Also, I would do anything to avoid the Arctic or the Antarctic. No, I do owe her a trip. I do owe her a trip. Also, you just reminded me. Hold on. Let me message a friend about something. Also, Momos and Wisps, you're invited. Any other fandom, you're invited. Just know when you're in here, you're a Momo. That's just how it works. I don't care. I don't make the rules. I do. The rules are imaginary. I make them up. I need everybody to make sure you have a little Momo plush or something Momo for tomorrow morning, okay? Joke's on you on both. Yeah, you are. You're also, I saw your Dragoon. Oh, no, it wasn't a Dragoon. Oh, no, it was Pomudachi. Oh. Rip. Rip. Sorry, they're YOLO. I'm grandma. They're both YOLO and round. Sorry. Please prepare your momos for tomorrow morning. I have noticed at the convention that a lot of you have asked me to squeeze your momo, which, by the way, I would love to squeeze your momo. Please don't take this out of context. Or do. I would love... Okay, no. I feel like, you know, because we have an older audience, I can make these jokes, but no, I'm sure I still shouldn't. But prepare your momos, because I think we got to start squeezing our momos. We got to start cranking our momos. Exactly. We got to start cranking our momos. Dean. Okay, guys, my lawyer is here. I have stuff to tell him. So, Dean, I only did 4 things that could probably maybe get me canceled on the internet this convention, and I did them all sober. Do you want the list of the 4 things I did? So, Dean, in order, the 4 things that I did that could potentially get me canceled on the internet this weekend, fully sober. So, number 1, I came up to Pia and I said, I thought you were Korean, because I thought she was Barry. Because when she spoke at me, I was very tall and I thought she had Barry's voice. So that's number 1. That's really, really fun. Number 2, because my claws were much longer than they usually are, I've been accidentally scratching momos. So sometimes when I've been like asking momos to come closer, I said, Barry, I thought you were Korean. Yeah. Well, the crime isn't calling her Barry. The crime is the other stuff. Ellie Peep, thank you, by the way, for the super and for joining the business Momo. I appreciate you. The number 2 thing that I did that could land me in the jails of Twitter was scratching the momos accidentally, because my nails were a little bit longer than they usually are. I definitely scratched a few momos a little bit, and I apologize, but you know, they could say that I was assaulting them. So yeah, racism, assault. Number 3 was at the karaoke. I mentioned how when I was with you and Walk Like an Egyptian came on, I mentioned how when I was a younger Roach, I used to love that song and that dance, and then I just flailed my arms. Not long, but I flailed my arms a little bit in front of it. So again, so we got 2 counts of racism, 1 count of assault. Redacted! Thank you for the super! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Noeru Noel, how are you? Thank you for the super. And then the 4th was... what was my 4th? I forgot. Wait. Can you guys remind me my 4th one? Oh, the 4th one was homophobia. No, the choke was, I guess, no, the choke was they asked to be choked. The 4th was homophobia. So basically, I was telling Mint about something and I was saying how, like, oh, you know, like, well, the boys room with the boys and the girls room with the girls. And she said, why? And I go, so they don't kiss. And she goes, Matara, it's 2026. Women kiss women, men kiss men. And so 2 counts of racism, 1 count of assault, 1 count of homophobia. I guess technically, if you really want to add to it, we performed cannibalism because we ate Big Momo. We also, I had a fan ask me to choke them during our checky. So then maybe like 2 assault. I am sending you my resignation. Did you have a good convention? Dean, thank you so much. I had such a good con. Also, Dean, I forgot to say this story. I come downstairs to our hotel lobby and Dean hands me genuinely like 8 packs of cigarettes. Genuinely, Dean hands me like 8 packs of menthol cigarettes. They even made it. I gave a pack to my agent. I gave a pack to a friend, but like I don't have all the packs here, but like I have them even in our hall. One of the best parts of the hall. Me too. Apology video when? Soon. Is there an opening for my legal team? Something like that. Poor Dean. Poor Dean. Man, it wasn't so bad. And the best part is I did them all sober. That's the best part about all of this. Mm-hmm. How am I a real person? I'm not. I'm a bug living inside a human woman. I'm a bug living inside a human woman. You know? I'm a big bug. I'm a big brave bug. I'm a big brave bug. I'm a big brave bug. Make sure you have a ukulele. Yeah. It will be my time. It will be my time to go. Yeah, I had such a great con. And, ooh, I forgot to say, I ran into Ray and Tina at the Gamer Subs dinner. And we got to yap quite a bit. Bye, Dean. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the 14 months. I ran into Ray and Tina at the Gamer Subs dinner. They were lovely. We got to yap a lot. And it's just good stuff. Got to meet a lot of friends. Got to talk to a lot of people. Got to do it all over again. I did ask for it. I didn't expect you to get so into it. 420. I need you to understand one thing about me and one thing about me only. I get really into it. All of it. I'm a little bit what the children call dramatic. I'm a little bit intense. I'm a little bit extroverted. So I absolutely get into it. Yep, I do. That is what I do. I'm sorry, my sweet angel. But yeah, I worry that now you may have awakened a new fetish for everybody, is now I might have a lot more people asking me to choke them. I do think, though, if I choke you kind of like Bart Simpson and Homer Simpson, it's less fun. I think it has to be that, like, over-the-shoulder choke, you know? Like, is it called WWE? Kind of like a WWE over-the-shoulder choke. I think it's kind of more silly, no? I think it's better that way. You on the Bart choke? We could try the Bart choke. That could be fun. You got Ray and Tina to sign your badge. Oh, that makes me happy. They're great. They are freaking great. They're one of my favorite people, but I guess they're not a people. They're a couple. If I had to rank the couples in my term of favorite couple, they'd be up top there. Have I seen American Psycho? Yeah, but like ages ago. I remember some of the quotes and some of the stuff, but why? Talk to me. What part of American Psycho are we quoting here? A bug inside a woman like Men in Black? Exactly, Spiffy. Exactly. Those laws are for humans, not for bugs. Yes! There's a near choking scene. Not with the water, right? Where he's like, water, sugar, water, sugar. I'd have to rewatch it. Couples are not people, Matara 2026. No, they kind of become their own entity, you know? It's like when you have too many momos, they become a swarm and you say spin and they all start spinning. It's the same thing. Couples just kind of become their own big thing, no? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I'm right. None of you can deny it because the ones who are couples will just agree, and then the ones who aren't couples will just be sad and say, I wish that was me. I wish that was me. I wish that was me doing the kissing. I wish that was me doing all the kissing. All the kissing. All right. I have good news and bad news. The good news is I'm back home and I'm alive. The bad news is we're only doing a 4-hour stream today because, believe it or not, I still haven't recorded my podcast episode for this Friday. And my poor editors are going to have to scramble. And as soon as I'm done recording the one tonight, I'm going to try to record an episode tomorrow. Friday, actually technically Thursday night, my mother flies in because Friday we're looking at apartments. Next week I fly back to Canada. Give me a hint for the guest. No. Sorry, I was going to hint, but then no. Oil, thank you for subscribing. May I just remind everybody. Actually, I can just show you guys. Wait, hold on. If you would like a limited edition postcard. You need another hour. You need just a little bit more. Oh my God, this is such a great ad.
Join the Patreon and support the podcast, as well as making sure that the editors get paid and not just
This
yelled
is so
at.
cute.
For the just a little bit more tier, you will get access to a Discord. You will get an extra episode a week. Most of the time, I will try to get it with the guest, and of course,
Sometimes I'll do a
your name in
myself.
the credits at the end of each episode.
Ba, 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 ba,
But
ba,
if
ba,
you
ba.
go a tier higher for the I need another hour, you will get something.
You will
mailed
get a
to your house
postcard.
every
You have
month.
like
For the
3
Discord,
days
if
to
you
sign up for
out
this
before the
postcard.
End of July.
You have like 3 more
You
days.
will be receiving this postcard. It will be
Also, this is a teaser. It's obviously not completed. This is a teaser of the postcard. It's a teaser. You couldn't figure out how to join the Discord. Zero, could you help? Hagane Shuki, pretty please. You can't hear it? No.
showcasing the 4 guests we have on. And
Sorry, it's a little
this
bit.
lovely, beautiful little sticker. This
So
is
you
what-
get this sticker and you get
gonna
that
be available
postcard.
for
All
this
right.
month,
It's
but you
got to
never know
be before the end of this month. And then that postcard will be completely out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. All right. Let's go show a little bit of love to somebody very cute and very special. Cutie Cat is currently live. I got the very, very happy chance to see her at the convention. She is lovely. She is wonderful. She's so tall. She's so beautiful. And she was doing a bunch of wotage. So she's great. And she also had some mata art. If y'all stopped by her booth, she had a lot of mata art. Now, very quickly, please reminder, we're going to have a Momo Oshikatsu tag soon. In the meantime, please squeeze your momos, okay? Tomorrow morning, I need you all to be prepared to squeeze your momos, okay? We gotta crank our momos or else. I'm sorry for the very short stream. I'm sorry that it was only 4 hours. Tomorrow, I'm streaming again. And then probably I'm gonna stream again this weekend just because I have to. What if you don't have one? You could just point at a photo of a momo. You will figure it out. You're crafty. Bye, my sweet loves. I love you so much. Also, may I remind you all, Gamer Subs currently has a 20% off sale. I forgot to tweet about it, and it's been so busy. Gamer Subs has a 20% off sale. That's right. If you want to get your Gamer Subs stuff, it is now the time to get some Gamer Subs stuff. It is 20% off everything, and you get a bunch of free gifts. Consider doing so. Bye bye, my loves. I love you. Bye bye. Bye bye.